Royalty Beauty Brands is a female, Black-owned beauty company with all of your cosmetic needs in mind. Right now, we offer hair extensions, eyelash extensions, and our flagship product, Yumbella Lip Glam. Coming soon to add to our product line will be promo merchandise, lip oil, lip scrub, beard oil, body butter, body soap, and makeup, to name a few. Every product is vegan friendly and carefully made with the consumer in mind. Check out our Royalty Beauty Brand social media and go to our website to sign up for our exclusive mailing list for discount codes and to place an order. Don't forget to leave us some feedback. Royalty Beauty Brands. We see the beauty in you. Good evening. Welcome to the House of the Princess. And it's me, Princess AV. If this is your first time logging in, because I know y'all seen and heard me on these YouTube streets lately, I want you to stop, look down. Don't be lazy. Look down, because I know y'all say y'all going to do it later. So do it now. Look down or press the X on that little box that you are on your phone. And I want you to stop and press the subscribe button. Now, when you press the subscribe button, I also want you to like this video. And if you want to know every time you can see me, including tomorrow night, press the notification button and go on there and press all so that you'll know every time that I'm coming live and you can see my pretty face, okay? I want you to be a royal citizen because that's what we finna do, okay? I want to say hey to everybody that is in the chat. Let me tell you, y'all be in here before I'm in here, okay? Y'all be sitting up here camping out, doing what you gotta do. And I enjoy it. And I thank y'all for y'all support. I thank y'all just for being there for me. We're gonna act right today. I promise y'all, I've been acting right all day. And I want y'all to act right too, okay? So y'all give me some shouts out in the chat, royal citizens. Put your crowns in the chat. Put your kings and queens in the chat to show some support. Now, I don't forgot where I am. Hi, y'all. Look, Yvette. Yvette down there from the Carolinas. Girl, you be staying up past your bedtime to come and support me. That is my sis. And we haven't even talked in a couple of days. So I love y'all. Look, and I showed y'all a little chesticles today, a little bosoms. My shoulders moving to the beat. The only music would make me do that. Look, I'm going to come up with a new commercial for y'all real soon. I want to have a sale for y'all. Y'all been really good. I thank y'all for the orders. And some of y'all getting down my throat. I know earlier, who was that? Was getting down on me. Ms. Ree. I know what you're probably looking for. And it's this. This is probably my most popular color. And it's called melanin. Okay, I gotta make some more. This is like the last wine bottle. I made some more for some orders. Let me see that good old Yumbella. So y'all see the thing. And y'all really like this color. And I'm shocked. So y'all chocolate sisters, you see the light, you see the mirror. So this is like the last one I have in stock at the moment. But I will re-up by the end of the week. And I got some Hennessy. I've re-upped the Hennessy. So I'm going to put that on the website later. I want to send a shout out to all of my moderators, a.k.a. the Knights in Shining Armor. I thank y'all. Y'all were good for me. Y'all are some of the best that I've ever seen on YouTube. Also, while we getting together and getting the show started, y'all know what it is. You come in here with a cool beverage, whether it be water, whether it be wine, whatever makes you feel fine. Come on here and get you a little sip so that you can drink and keep with us, okay? So I thank y'all. I see my regulars in here. That is a cute color. Thank you so much. Amelia, you've been in these YouTube streets all day too. Even if you ain't been acting like a lady today, that is your business. Okay. I see you. So today, I'm sorry, I had a brain fart. It's okay. I'm looking at what y'all comments are. today's subject. We're talking about children in the industry. How to make your child a star. If you want to be a momager, if you just want to put your kids in industry, some of y'all might want to be in the industry. You might not know how, you might not know what to do. You might be making some mistakes, because I will say a lot of parents that want their child to be in industry, y'all be fucking it up, okay? Because you don't know what you're doing. You don't study the craft. You need some help. So guess what? We's here tonight to help you and just to give you some insight on what to look for, how to do things, how to move and everything. So if y'all bear with me, go call your friends, tell them I'm live. I know everybody live talking about Roll Hop, but you know where it is. It's my 7:30 spot. This is what it is, okay? I'm glad that you got your order, Vanessa. I hope you enjoy it. Miss Weedy Pooh said we try. So without further ado, I'm about to start announcing my guest. Now, my first guest, me and her go way back to college days. We've been knowing each other, about 18 years. We were pregnant together with our last. I ain't gonna tell all our ages, but yeah, we go way back. We've had some ups and downs, but she's been inspiring to me far as the industry is concerned. She's always been professional. I've watched some of her glow up. She's watched some of my glow up in the professional world. We worked together on plays and sets and whatever, and different aspects, not just in front of the camera, but behind the camera. So she is a writer, producer, actress, now look, StreamYard been cutting up on people. So whatever that you could say is done in the industry, she's almost done it all, including now she is a talent manager as well. And anything else, I'm going to let her introduce herself any further. So what I would like to do, y'all already got y'all ghetto clap ready. Let's give our ghetto clap to Miss Cassandra Bell. Hey.
How y'all doing? Hi, Queens. How are you?
Welcome to the house.
Look, I said Queens. I forgot this is the princess house. So, hey, princess, how you doing, girl?
Those are the kings and queens and the royal citizens. Yes. So they're giving you some claps. You want to introduce yourself to the people?
Yes. Hello. Thank you for having me on the show. My name is Cassandra Bell, and I am. Let me go roll it down. Okay, so I am a producer, a filmmaker, a writer, an award-winning director, playwright here in Chicago. I do everything when it comes to most of the entertainment industry, being in front and behind the camera. I'm a talent agent. I work for Gill Talent Group, which is a female African-American ran agency. I love it dearly. I have my own company, Cassandra Bell Studios, and now I'm doing a rebranding for Cassandra Bell Studios, New Media, and Vixen. So I am busy. Right now, please, ladies, go and support my film. I have a film. It's on Amazon Prime and Tubi. Tubi is a free link. You can go see it free on Tubi. Called September Rain, and that's September Rain, Rayne, and written and directed by myself. Boom.
September Rain. Y'all see that?
September Rain.
My chair want to act up, but it's okay. Like I ain't pay a whole bunch of dollars for it, but I'll make some more money. I'm giving you a more expensive chair. How about that? Look, why are you bothered? Said yes, sister. Come through. She said, and I love Tubi. Thank you, Miss Gardner. Miss Gardner is the new sub today. Thank you. Yes, these are one of my moms. See, they keep up with me. September Rain, so they putting it in the chat for you.
Thank you.
And I'll put it down in the description box in case you want to come back later, because we know we Black folks get lazy and you be like, "Ooh, I forgot what she had said."
September Rain.
It'll be in the description box later. So I also have another guest. She is a new good girlfriend. I met her a couple of years ago, or more than a couple of years ago. Since you've been married 2 years, so man, you've been best friends with her for like 6, 7 years. Oh, this time is flying. So I might have met you 5, 6 years ago. Okay, so Miss Danny is her name. Danny is a good girlfriend down south, and she is a professional momager, and she's going to give you a different aspect of what being a manager is. Now, she is also, well, she is the mother of Myles Truitt, and y'all better know him as little Ronnie DeVoe on the New Edition movie. So,
which I love. This New Edition.
That's Cassandra's favorite group is doing
it. Bang. Yeah.
So you also well, I'm gonna let her tell what he finna be on, where you gotta find her and her children. She got multiple children in the industry, so she's gonna give you another version of what it is to be a manager and being a momager. So come on, let's give a ghetto soul clap to Miss Danny Lee Jackson.
Hey everybody, how you guys doing? Well, what is it? The kings, the queens, the empress, the people, the royalty, all of y'all that's shining bright. How y'all doing? I'm so excited.
Hey. So tell the people about yourself.
Well, I am a mom of 3 boys who are all in the industry, and this industry just fell on me. My son played Ronnie DeVoe in the New Edition story. It was either that or a basketball camp. He saw girls and ended up in theater, and voila, here we are. So I got that position just basically because I love my child and he wanted to act. But you got to make sure that you're following him because he is going to be playing B. Mickey on the new BMF Stars production for 50 Cent and Snoop. So that's coming out September the 26th. It's not a child-friendly show, so get ready and make sure you have your...
Look at China.
Get ready. Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited because I'm from Atlanta, so BMF from here to Chicago to Detroit, you know anything about it. And if you are a Stranger Things fan, he will also be on the seasons 4 of Stranger Things. And I have another son that's doing some up and coming things. And yeah, that's me.
So I will allow y'all to call in tonight too if y'all have questions. But we're just gonna start off a little conversation to get our feet wet. Now, where are my good old notes here? I want to know first. The people want to know what attracted you to the industry in the beginning. China, you go first.
You know what? I'm trying to remember. You know, as a young person, I was always involved in dance. So I was always in dance and I was always in the performing arts. The man that mentored me was which was James Spinks from Car Wash. So I got an early introduction into the industry via him being my teacher. And I just kind of always loved the arts. And as they say, your gift will make way for you. And that's exactly what it did. I found myself in rooms that I didn't know how I got in them, but I ended up getting in them. I was a dancer. I ended up being a professional choreographer, and I ended up working with like Genuine, R. Kelly, even though people don't say R. Kelly, but I'm gonna say R. Kelly because it's true. Genuine,
still on the resume.
Eric Babyface, L.A. Reid, Danielle Jones, Alfonso Hunt. I end up, choreographing and dancing back up. And then you just, as you grow, you progress, and then you learn more things and you become interested in other things. And so that was my introduction. Brooke Payne, who is the choreographer for New Edition.
I feel you, girl. I feel you.
Whoa, child. But being in this industry, the one thing that I was saying, which was probably a segue into Danny, is that you really, I wish that I knew more when I had other opportunities, because if you don't have some type of industry insight, you will blow opportunities. You will blow opportunities and your life could have been advanced faster. I blew a lot of great opportunities, and because I lack knowledge. And so one of the things that, you know, we gonna segue into this is that if you're thinking about this industry or you're interested in this industry, baby, you got to pick up. You got to start doing some research and start listening, because there is a formula. That's why it's called entertainment business industry with business, because there's some things that you got to have and you got to know to be a part of this process.
Danny?
Well, kind of like Cassandra. Is it Cassandra or Cassandra?
Both.
Hey, all right, Sandy. Well, just like her, you know, you have that. It's something in you. And remember, like she said, your gift will make a way for you. Growing up, I've always been in front of somebody's camera. I mean, you know, even at Eunice's wedding, I'm the one. We gonna dance. We getting out there. I'm not shy. I'm not, you know, that kind of thing. So with that being said, when my kids came up and I started to see that was in them, I was like, you know, let's nurture this. Let's nurture this. I can honestly say that that was not my desire to be a manager. That was not my desire to quit my job and start traveling with my kids and putting everything on the back burner, because that's what you do as a momager, a manager, talent manager, whatever. Mm-hmm. Your life is on the back burner. I have not been on a vacation with my husband in a while. Why? Because we've been traveling with our kids. But again, like Cassandra said, you have to have the knowledge. And that's where I'm actually at now, because I've had so many years of bumping my head and bruising and fucking up, messing up, that basically.
We cuss here.
Okay, well, shit. Let me tell you. So, I'm just saying, it is not for the faint of heart at all. It is not for the faint of heart. You got to put in work, and you have to have a child that wants to work. You cannot expect to do what you can't expect to live your life through them. And that's what we get. A lot of parents want to live their life through them. I wanted to start this management company for me because I did fuck up so much that I was looking at parents, especially parents of color, Black parents that did not have the knowledge that should have been readily accessible to them. And they started paying out a lot of money. They started bumping their heads on different things, crazy contracts, money go, Cassandra, contracts where they end up getting $5 after everything is gone. Right. Because parents are so excited. So I wanted to be an educator, but not only that, a developer and a nurturer of young people's talent without gouging them and making them feel hopeless.
Ooh, thank you. And thank you, Marcella. Marcy's in the building for the super chat. Great interview. I love it and like this video. Yes. If y'all late coming into the room, like this video. And Allison, yes, she is a royal citizen. She said, we definitely cuss over here.
Thank you for that.
You get a lot of people, especially for children, because at Gill Talent, I'm the talent agent for the youth, right? Mm-hmm. Even though I might be transitioning to another position. But I love the kids. That's where my ministry is, my purpose is, that's my calling. So the one thing, the frequently asked questions is, how do my kid get started in this industry? Where do they start? Where do they need to go? Because in their mind, everybody think they kid cute. Mm-hmm. And everybody think they kid because they're cute, they talented. Mm-hmm. And not understanding that your child's age, whether they're 0 months or 16, all right, they have the same expectation. They need to be able to perform on camera. Okay, so cute is not enough for a child to be able to perform on camera. A kid needs to have there is a certain kind of star kid. Mm-hmm. Not cute is not the requirement. A kid can be not cute and still be a star. Mm-hmm. I get this all the time. People say, oh, my kid is newborn. I want to sign him up to be in
everybody say she pretty.
He cute.
What do they do though?
They do cute raspberries.
They're cute. Oh,
they do cute raspberries. Okay. So listen, if you have a young person, and we're talking about kids right now, if you have a young person that is interested, you have to understand, you want to test your kid. This is an industry test. If your kids can say the baloney song, All right. My baloney has a first name. Okay, because the first thing that we want to know is retention. Can they remember something? How they excited? Because if a kid say, my baloney has a first name, which is a flat affect, kids that are industry kids, they need to have personality. They need to be able to follow directions and have discipline. That means your kid can't be running around and say, you can't give them coffee because people feed their kid coffee, get their kids coffee.
Skittles
or candy because it crashes them on set.
Yeah.
So your kid has to have a certain amount of natural energy, a certain amount of retention, and a certain amount of control level to be in the industry. And the first place you start is please people. Stop letting your brother, sister, cousin, mama, daddy, friend take the baby's pictures. Go and get you an industry standard photographer, okay? Not a photographer that with the glam shot and they all blurry. Don't submit they kindergarten picture shot with the high school diploma on the head. Please go Google it. Get a commercial industry standard photographer, and it is a headshot. All right. Please don't give me the kid with the poses like this, and they got other hats. No.
Or your baby posing like this.
They don't let the GDs in the Okay. No, people. Okay. So if you have a kid and you want that young person, you say, oh, I think my kid has talent, it's fine. Go get your baby an industry standard headshot, a commercial headshot. Google what it's supposed to look like. Google industry standard headshot, commercial headshot, because what you don't understand is that when your child submit a picture, they're not submitting with themselves. They're submitting with everybody all over the world. And all that kid has is a headshot. And if it's off, you're going to look unprofessional and not ready. And they're going to toss it instantly. They're not going to say, oh, he's so cute. He can be the cutest kid in the world with a horrible headshot. It's going to fly across the casting director's room because they already know you're not ready. You're not prepared because we don't hire kids. We hire their parents.
Ooh, that was good right there.
We do. And you know that, Danny. You know that. Because we already know that the mom that we're dealing with or the dadager that we're dealing with does not know how to follow directions. And we can see that in a headshot. Okay? I'm going to pass it on to Danny.
So it's funny you say that because I'm very transparent when I come to the fact of JT Talent Management came from experience. It came from bumping our heads. It came from, learning from other people such as Cassandra, such as other talent agencies, friends, having people in my life to just flat out tell me that's wrong, that's ugly, just straight up people. And what I'm so blessed to have is a talent development person that I have hired onto our team, that when you submit something to JT Talent, there is a level of expectations. And so there's going to be a list, and definitely I can make sure that the house has all my information and that you can submit and say, this is what kind of headshot that is standard for an industry. This is what a reel looks like, not a whole bunch of videos from your cell phone, like edited together. That's not a reel. Also,
I do reels. Okay?
I do reels. So so you have a guide of what is industry acceptable. And that's important. Again, we don't hire the kid, we hire the parent. And I've learned that because a kid can't take themselves to go get headshots. They're going to sit in front of the camera and do whatever mama tell them to do, right? Yep. But the parent one of the things you have to be as a parent is open to constructive criticism, being able to be humble yourself enough to receive the help, and know that just because your cousin or your uncle is a photographer does not mean that they have what the industry is looking for. Those things are so very important. I can tell you one story of someone really, really quick. I try to submit. This is early on, so Cassandra, be nice. This was early on. I tried to submit. I tried to submit one of my new clients to one of the top agencies that I knew, right? And she was so sweet. She was so sweet when she let me down. She just she was just told me the quality of what I was presenting overshadowed the talent ability. Just what Cassandra said. When they get that photo, when they get that headshot, if it's not up to quality, you should see a casting call, a casting room. It's paper everywhere. They just do it. If it doesn't give me that wow factor. So 6 months later, I repackaged this young lady with an amazing QR code, with a digital showcase and everything. And same child, same acting ability. And I got an email back like within less than 15 minutes saying, we want her now. It's all about your presentation. You can't go to a job interview in sweats. You just can't. So that's just some tidbits of things that I've learned.
Yeah.
Okay. We got some comments we got recognized.
Oh, yes.
Helene Easley, thank you for the super chat. Enjoying this conversation. Spiritual Babe, thank you for the super chat. Thanks for the info, the gems, House of the Princess, and guests. And look who's in the building. Your guest. And Eunice, but that's just her screen name, China. So if there is someone on IG that does professional headshots, makeup artists, etc. for the cheap, you don't have to spend an arm and a leg. The photographers in Atlanta, I think you can look on IG, but I am weary and leery of using people on Instagram because sometimes they be fronting, and when you get around them, they might gyp you for your money. Like, I like to do referrals as well, or trusted referrals from agencies or from people in the industry. You can always find somebody that'll work with your budget. Trust me. But
Jennifer, you right.
It's a question for y'all. What if you are a single Black mother with limited income who has their child that could model, and she can't afford professional photographers?
Okay, I'm gonna take that one. So you cannot afford not to. So there is, if you can ask any agencies, like if, say for instance, if you email me, and which you can, if you have a kid, you can email. We'll talk about that later on the screen. There is always a photographer that can hit your budget. As an agency, we understand that if you're starting out, and just for me, I tell parents all the time, don't invest a lot of money into your children. I had a child actor, and I literally took my son's pictures, and literally in 30 days, I didn't know who the kid was on the pictures. He did not look he had a growth spurt and a weight spurt. He grew up and out. So his pictures were like, I was like, God, dog, you don't even look like this no more. Because you want to keep your kid shots current. And, because you don't want to send a kid in, you have a baby shot on file, and then the kid is 6 feet tall. Now you upset the casting director because they're looking for what they're looking for. So you want to keep your current image. But if you ask an agency, and I'm sure Danny can attest this, we always have photographers, all budgets, on file for you, because we want you to not make mistakes. I work with my clients to not make any mistakes. I don't want them to make any. I'm like hands-on coaching. Like, okay, what's your budget? I'm gonna give you the most affordable photographer to the top of the notch photographer, and it's based on what your budget. But I trust me, the photographer that I give you that's gonna shoot your startup industry standard photo is affordable. I won't say what her rate is, but it is affordable to anybody, whether you have a job or not.
What about this TFP? I know everybody don't know what this means, but this is it's a good start. But even with TFPs, look, I've done some TFPs and I've never put them pictures out.
No. What's that? If you taking pictures for free, they're gonna look like they for free. Because most established photographers, they are established for a reason, because they're not experimenting with you. Don't experiment with yourself, because guess what? If Blue Ivy is submitting and your baby is submitting, that casting director is not going to look at the child and children differently. They're going to look at the shot. And trust me, I see kids who got a Blue Ivy shot on a $2 budget. Okay. So it's just, you have to do your research. Ask the photographer for samples of his work. Ask for references. Go on to the group sites where they're having, because they have all kind of Facebook groups, all kind of Instagram groups, TikTok groups. Go ask around, put into who did they recommend, ask the agency who did they recommend, ask, just open up your mouth and ask. You'll be surprised how the world will open up and give you information that's necessary and that's needed. Because we're going to give it to you today. We're going to give y'all some heads up today. I can shout out, if you're in the Chicagoland area, Jen Stanko is very affordable. You can go to Jen, Thomas Nicole is a little pricey, but you're going to get that beautiful shot. You got Snow Dog is Alicia Fritz here is a great photographer. It's just a list. We have a lot of great photographers here, and Atlanta is loaded.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of Atlanta people that are taking industry acceptable photos that will meet your budget. And not only that, I found a couple of organizations that work with parents or young what I call young stars that don't have the funding, but they're willing to do some things for whether pro bono or whether to do as a donation. There's organizations that will write kind of some stuff off. Look at also some of the schools, some of the colleges, the theatrical schools, the photographer schools. Take some examples. I've even sent some of my clients examples of what a headshot should look like. And take that with you, like literally keep it in your phone. And when you go to the photographer, say, I need this. A photographer with a good eye would know that a headshot is not full body. A headshot is from the bust up. A headshot, it doesn't have too many filters. So there are, I'm sure if you reach out to either one of us from every area, we'll be able to give you some information on getting you some inexpensive but good headshots. You don't want them to look like Instagram.
And I will say also, there have been times where if you have a higher grade of photographer and they decide to be nice, and usually is they being nice, or you get with some friends and you schedule maybe a group, or they schedule a group photo shoot, and maybe it's like 10 people get together and they charge a flat fee of like $500 or something like that, or $20 a person, and they let you get 1 or 2 shots so you can get your basic shots done. And what do they call it? Shootout? I ain't took one in so long.
Yeah, because of the COVID, nobody was doing them, but the world is opening up now. And so I just did one. I just took about 15 people to shoot with Jen Stanko here in Chicago. And, I didn't have to oversee the shoot because I forgot it was Jen. Jen already had it together, but I just kind of watched to make sure that my clients had what I needed for a movie that I'm working on. I wanted the shots professional for a movie that I work on. And then also, let me say this too, because when you go in and you have this photo shoot, ladies, do not wear red lipstick. Do not put a lot of makeup on, and please do not. And I see I got the lashes on, but I wouldn't, if I was taking a picture, I wouldn't have these lashes on for a headshot. You want to look natural. You want them to paint the canvas, and you do not want them to come painted, if that makes sense. You want your natural beauty. So we tell clients, going to put makeup on, it needs to look natural, like you don't have any makeup on. It should not look like a glamour shot. It should be very natural. And I say this all the time because people say, but they're kids. Do you know how many teenagers I've seen with eyelashes on out to here?
Having them snuggle up with eyelashes on. Yes. Hair down to their ass.
Yes. And then they walk in the casting office and they look 12. And you like,
no, you gotta look natural. You don't put makeup on your baby. You wipe their face, put some lip gloss on. And you want to put a gentle amount of like mascara just to bring out the feature of the eye. That is all that is needed. It is a baby. And I say this all the time. You have to realize, if I'm looking for a child, I'm looking for a child. I am not looking for a pageant baby. That is not a headshot look. That is pageantry. And people mix it all day. They was like, oh, I see pageantry. That's pageantry. That's not a headshot for a agency that's looking to hire a actual youthful young person. We want ponytails. We want the baby to look like a baby, not a young adult. All right. And that's all the way up in the teen years. Because and it's funny because a lot of times you guys will say, I get this question all the time. Why do they hire 25-year-olds and not get a real 60-year-old? And why do they hire a 29-year-old? Because it happens. You know why? Because that 29-year-old took a picture that looked 12. That looked more 12 than the 12-year-old, because you parents are messing up what a child is supposed to look like. And so as an adult that's in the industry, you have actresses that are very youthful looking, and they can play a young child all the way up to adult. And we see that with Zendaya. All right.
Yeah.
So we see that with a lot of the girls. You got the Holly, who's now playing the Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
And they're young, but they can still look 12.
Yeah.
You take the makeup off their faces, you know what I'm saying? So we want a very natural look when you are getting your headshots. No makeup, no big earrings, no wild hair. You want the child to look as close to a child as possible. And I tell parents all the time, it's either natural or straight. Half and half, because I've seen it done.
A puffy ponytail with a straight in the back.
With a swoop. With a swoop. With a swoop. No.
It's either natural or straight. Pick one, not both.
I see someone talking about slingshots in Atlanta, and amazing photographer. Slingshots in Atlanta and New York. That is a really good. I think Sandy said that. It's awesome. Also, Hollywood shots is really, really good. They're good crossover, and when I say crossover, they're not straight up urban, like they're not straight BET, they're not straight TV1. They are Hollywood shots. They are industry good shots. So that's right on point. Another thing I was going to say too about your picture taking is making it as clean and fresh as possible. You don't want the Nike signs. You don't want, make sure you do a test for their color of the shirt versus the color in your skin. I don't do good with yellows. I don't really do good with really much reds. I'm learning that I'm more green tone. I have an olive tone. That shows up really good on the screen. Making sure that their background is not always white. There might be a green background, or I see your face, Cassandra. It doesn't always have to be white. We want to give you, there's a theatrical headshot. There's a commercial headshot. There's some differences. So getting that knowledge, like Cassandra was saying, just so that you don't spend all that money and now you got those pictures just framed up in your hallway.
And look, if you know some people up here need to know this, y'all getting this, the game is to be sold, not to be told. But they telling you today. One time and one time only.
Listen, I'll tell you all the time. If your child depended on, listen, you're talking about college money. Danny,
this is some money putting out, right?
Money. Y'all think these kids can't make no money? Y'all ain't seen how much money these influencers getting on TikTok, making TikTok videos. Your kids getting.
I'm trying to tell you.
Listen, this is an investment. This is like real estate, Airbnbs, children in the arts. Now it's not like they're starving artists. No, your kid can come in and pay for you to live good.
Come on, somebody.
Okay. So it is worth the investment. You take a little time. If you think you got as I say, what's that little thing we used to say? A Star Bright. What was that show they like?
Star Search.
Living Color. And Living Color had the little girl, and she
was little man. No, that's not her. But I know what you're talking about.
She would take the girl, little sunshine, little Star Bright, or something. Yeah. But it was like a show that was on Living Color, and it was a role play by the Wayans brothers. And she would be the little girl, and everywhere she goes, she's like, "Oh, she's a star." Okay, magic, I think.
From Little Magic.
Magic, yeah.
Okay, if you really honestly listen, and I say this all the time, you know your child. You know your child. If you really feel like your child has that special gift and that magic, sow into your seed, because that seed will sow into you. Do not throw away your kid's gift. Because I am a living testimony, and I'm sure Danny can testify to this too. Your gift will make way for you. Your kids are talented. Now, in this time, you can put a little investment into that kid. Sign a kid with a talent agency or a talent management company, and allow the talent management company to groom your young person. Because if it hits, even if it hits one time, I had to keep the parent, the one commercial that this little girl has done, it is paying for her college tuition, because the commercial plays over and over and over again, and she's still getting a check off of it. And she did it when she was 6, and I think now she's like 11. Okay.
And I'm telling you, that go for grown-ups too. You want
this is real money.
Look, even grown-ups in the industry, some of the stuff that come across my board, and I'm not even putting out, like, I'm going to do some actual productions because I write as well too, and I'm going to do my own show once I get this situated. And so, and I probably might use these young ladies as a talent manager for my show if I ain't got time to do it myself. But even me, when y'all came in asking to be panelists, I know this was impromptu and it was, it was just informal. But I do look for the same things that the industry look for. What do you look like? What do you smile to the camera? What are you sending me? Is it trash? Did you send me with your dirty clothes sitting in the background? Like, all of that is important. And the pictures y'all take, I tell everybody, if y'all gonna go into the Aaron Eris's University, I'm going to teach you how to do an EPK. You need to invest in your own future and your own branding. Go take some pictures. Y'all don't see not one picture on anything that I put out is a regular picture that I took with my camera phone, and you could tell that I took it with a camera phone. But I go often with photographers and update my pictures on a consistent basis. And that leads into the question that's on the screen. How often should you renew headshots?
I renewed mine when my kids just start looking different.
Right.
And I'm sorry to cut you off, Sandra.
No, you said it. You said it.
When your kids start looking different and you look at them and you say, wait a minute, they look different to you, then they look different to the casting. I am a person that I take pictures all the time. Also, there are photographers that you can have, quote unquote, like memberships and subscriptions to, that you pay a certain amount and you say, hey, every 6 months or every 9 months, I'm going to be back. I need some more pictures, whether it's me. I do the same thing. I revamp my Instagram and my pictures are like bomb, boom, but I have a membership or a relationship or a network or a connection with the photographer that reminds me that I have to stay fresh. So you just know your kids when it's time to buy jeans or pants or it's time to, you see some things changing in your kids. It's probably time to get those pictures done as well.
Right. Because what is the worst thing to happen is that, a casting director has to cipher through thousands of pictures. Okay. We call them CDs. They have to cipher through thousands of pictures. And nothing is worse than your child being selected for an opportunity and when they get before the director, they don't look like that. They're already Xing them out. Because if they're looking for a kid that's 3 feet and your child is 4 feet, you're already X'd out of the shot. So you want to, and the casting directors have long memories too. Y'all think they see thousands of people, they don't remember you, they will remember your kid for being the wrong kid and having the bad picture. So now every time they see your kid's picture, they're going to not look at it anymore. So you're going to get yourself kind of blackballed because now they're going to say that kid don't even look like that. And it keeps them in that picture. Who it falls on? The parent. So, and then it falls back on the agent. So you want to get your pictures changed when your kids change. And that was crazy because I literally got shots of my son because he's getting ready to go away to college. And I'm trying to do like this little museum for him. And I got 2 headshots. I'm trying to see if I have like in reach.
Just one up.
2 months of time. They look like 2 different kids. He was all cute and adorable. And then that little baby fat got onto him. And I was like, so I had to update the shots. Quickly because that's
like a man now. I was like,
he's a grown man now.
I was like,
that's the baby. That's the last one. I'm an empty nester. When I tell you I am dealing, like I am like crying. Like
I've been crying like every other day. I get choked up.
I'm not ready.
I got less than 30 days. I'm like,
August the 5th, he is on his way to Lincoln University, and I'm telling you, I am not ready. I am devastated. I need one more baby.
Well, I ain't let my son out. Miles probably can make enough money to move out. I told him, no, just save it. Just put your money right there. He in the room. Look, y'all, he in the room right across it. He can come out with a major movie and everything. I'll be like, you got no, stay right there. I don't care.
Yes, because he in the movies now. He gonna be directing them in a few weeks.
He gonna direct them from his room. He better not leave me.
Does hairstyles matter?
So let me show you something. This is one of my clients, Bella Michael. She's an amazing 13-year-old, and her, and I want to show you two different shots. I don't know if you can see it well, but one, this here is her theatrical. Yeah. Now you see her hair is straight. She's giving a lot of eyes. Okay, but this is her commercial. Do y'all see the difference?
That is perfect. You better That's
my God, thank you. And but before we look, I told Princess that I was like, your agency was on my list. So God put us together because your agency was on my list to call you. And I was like, I have no contact with this agency.
You do.
And now I do. You my sister, girl. You my best friend in my head. Hey,
baby,
girl.
y'all better check out Gill Talent Group, honey, because we is doing that thing. And listen, I wanted to add to, hold your picture back up. You see that pop of color? See how that pulls your eye to it?
And she's smiling, looking pretty, and her eyes are just bright.
You're gonna stop and look at the colors because look at that. That's a beautiful headshot. I loved it. That is a great example of a headshot.
So you see her hair has like a soft braid twist to it. So it does give us the culture and the ethnicity of who she is. We are not water down our culture at all. I'm not saying go get your hair straightened. I'm not saying doing any of that. But this is because her hair is a little short. You wouldn't even be able to know that that's the part wig. What's it called? The
half wig.
The half wig that her mother took her hair and pulled it out just to give her more of a theatrical, older, but still young look.
Right.
So this is a good, and I got this one. I'm just happy to say I have her signed to J Purvis. She was my first client that I signed to a major talent agency, just simply by me packaging her and showing her about her headshots. Cassandra, me and you gonna talk. I got some people.
That's right. We're gonna talk because this is a network. This is a queendom.
A queendom.
I told y'all get the best around here, okay? And y'all like to support, like the video, subscribe. I meant to put it on subscribers only, but I'm gonna learn how to do it. We're gonna be okay. But we got some more questions. First of all, what's the biggest struggle with being a manager?
A manager or a momager? Where we gonna go ahead?
It's all the same. It works all up in there. You can tell
me all the above. Like I had my son was acting.
Yeah, that's right.
The biggest struggle for me as a momager is the no's because we can handle the no. Mm-hmm. But my son was he was so you have these what's called call backs when you get to the final and it's just down to you and another kid. Whew. It's when you don't get selected and you got that far, and it's like, mama, why? I did everything I could. And then I'm just like, and it was the simplest thing is he was just too tall. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They liked him, but he was it was a height thing. And when we looked at the kid who got the role, we was like, wow, you was just too tall. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So it's not always about talent, it's some things the color could be off, the look could be off, the height could be off, the weight could be off, and it's really the director's final decision. But sometimes you could be down to them last two check avails. You checking your availability, it's just you and somebody else and you lose it. So for me as a mother, that was the hardest thing because my son would always he was always that kid, and it was just him and somebody else, and they would pick somebody else to the point where he was like, Mom, I don't want to do this no more. Mm-hmm. And he had to take a break from it, and now he's getting back into it. So it's just explaining to your kids, it's not about the no's, it's you only get one yes. So it's just understanding as a mama, because you hurt so bad because it's your baby. Like, my baby, the best baby. But that part, the rejection for me as a momager was difficult. I didn't have to motivate my son. My son was very talented. He was always on point. He was always on time because, as we said before, it's not him. It was us. We was making sure he was on time, right, getting him there, getting him to audition. Me and his dad was working. We had a system. Now, on the flip side, as a manager, because I've been a manager too, sometimes managers can be scapegoats. A lot of times parents and artists blame managers when things go wrong, when it's oftentimes not the manager's fault that something goes wrong in a person's career. It's oftentimes that person. But management is a very tough position because we get hit. We take the hits that you guys would never see. We take punches and bruises. you guys would never see our bruises, but we get a lot of hits as a manager. So those would be the two things that I've experienced as a talent manager, because I had them girl groups.
I remember them all.
They still blame me for not making it, and I got them the dang deal. The lead singer got pregnant, and y'all want to blame the manager because I quit. I got you the deal and quit. Okay. So, the thing is that a lot of times, like I said, you're the scapegoat, you're the blame, something go wrong. People want to, it's the manager. And then, and they're always looking for a bigger manager. Because
I was going to say they move on thinking they going to green pastures, and then you still don't get nowhere.
Don't get what you.
Yeah, because you're a startup manager, the mid-level manager, high-end managers, company manager, you got managers. Personal manager, business manager, not understand you don't even have enough business and none of the managers. So
that's a preach right there, because you shouldn't need no manager unless you got something to manage.
Word.
So I think the hardest thing for me is right now as a manager, like professionally in the role, having my own business is I can't say it's tough, but I'm learning, and I've humbled myself to say I don't know. I like the fact I'm at a point in my life, in my company or in my career right now. Oh, this is my career. It's my career right now. And at a point where I'm reaching out to people like Cassandra and saying, hey, can I sit at your feet? Can I talk to you? I have some questions. So the hardest thing for me right now is being able to connect with people. Sad to say, I'm glad I met you, Cassandra, but connecting with those that don't want to share to help me as a new manager, because my roster is hot. I'm just telling y'all right now. I'm not to be funny or nothing like that, but I'm saying JT Talent Management is hot. I'm talking like I got nothing but the best on my roster. We got musicians, we got actors, we got singers. They're smart, they're tall, they're skinny, they're thick, they're all that. So if you're looking for it, I'm trying to tell you. But I think it's sometimes people thinking we're in competition, and we're not. I'm my own competition, and you're your own competition. So the networks. For me as a mom, I can honestly say my son is 19 now, so I am 1/3 of his management now. I'm no longer his entire manager because he's 19. So there's some things as you grow, as your child gets older.
Wait, and he got some business and he made some money. He needed some more business.
Right. Levels to match.
It's levels of this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm learning that, and I had to learn how to take my hands off or learn how to pull back and realize that there are people that know more about where his level is. His level is now we have Myles Truitt Enterprise because he needs to be making sure he's taxable, but not taxed. So there's levels to this. And also knowing that when you have a child that's in the industry, this is something that and this has a lot to do with my semicolon life here, their mental health. Their mental health is so important because you have children that are acting as different people for different positions and then have to come home and be that child. Or, so it's a spiritual thing for me, but it's also a mental thing, that being able to keep your child grounded and letting them know that you do not have to bring the set home. And as my son is 19, so he's learning his identity. He's learning who he is. And that's getting kind of tough with trying to go from Stranger Things to BMF which is two totally different scenes. Because I'm trying to tell you, they learning how to cook, like learning how to cook crack on set. My son is a suburban kid. He's like crack. I'm like, we'll talk. Just get
it right.
I can't imagine his face like I'm gonna cook crack.
Miles is like crack. I'm like, just this.
It's cooking. Rice Krispies.
Right. And so, he has his first intimate scene. That's a big thing.
Oh, I'm ready. I ain't ready. Like,
I'm just having a hard time. I know this is not that kind of.
Close your eyes on that part.
I'm having a real hard time because I had to sign a waiver to say it's okay for him to have this.
He could be nude or semi-nude. Yeah.
Cassandra.
I'm just saying. Hey, That's the age of it.
I know. I don't want to talk about that no more. Go
Okay,
ahead.
Lord Jesus, I'm fighting for you. I'm fighting for you.
Close your eyes. Look, Sandy, we're finna open up the call lines in a second.
Okay.
You apparently you is a momager or a manager because she got all the gyms in here right with y'all. I gotta put some more stuff up on the screen. Okay. Now we're gonna let y'all ask some more of these questions. So I'm gonna open up the call lines in a minute. Ebony says, did y'all watch Dance Moms on Lifetime? And what did you think of the dance coach putting on the manager hat?
I didn't agree. I think we need positions and there needs to be titles and different things. That's when things get muggy.
Yeah.
She's a coach.
She's a coach.
Not a manager.
Not a manager. I firmly agree. And it's hard enough doing both. I mean, why would you even want to try to do both? I mean, both of them is a tough position, but you want to wear both of the hats? You know, no.
You can't be clear-minded. Like, and let me be very clear. I'm not a casting agent. I can't do what Cassandra does. I can't do, but she can do what I can do. I'm a manager.
Okay, wait, let's clarify. Y'all clarify because people think that agents and management are all the same thing.
No.
These are not the same people.
No.
So can y'all break that down?
So I'm gonna go first with the casting director. Okay, so people mix the casting directors. That's exactly what it is. So what happens? A company hires a casting director. Casting director works with the director, right? Sometimes the writer to cast talent for a particular production, like Power 3. Okay, casting director. A talent agent submits the talent to the casting directors. Okay, to cast for the role in the Power 3. Talent management submits the talent to the talent agent, who submits the talent agent, the actor, to the casting director, who submits the work to the. You see what I'm saying? Everybody has a different position. An agent is not a manager at all. Okay, a talent agent is a company that basically submits talent to anything. Because I'm an agent. I was a manager. I'm an agent now. We submit all over the world for anything to casting directors for their projects. Now, talent management manages your career. Not agents, we don't manage your career. We don't care. We don't care what's going on. We just want to submit you and get our 10%. All right, that's all we do. Our talent management is more personal. It's more artist development. It's more grooming, nurturing. Okay, so that's why I'm pro talent management, because somebody has to be that influence in your life. And people say, well, if I got a talent management, a talent agent, a talent manager, the casting director, listen, your child can afford it. It's small percentages, 10 to 15% talent management. It's not 50%, half or whatever, and things like that. And it's only 10%. And it's still, you got to take a look at the bulk of the income, and it's fine. Because right now you're fighting over nothing. So it's something.
Let me tell you, the management in my experience is the hardest shit to do, because you are the person, like, I'm the manager of grown ass men. I got to make sure that your drawers is there. I got to make sure that your coffee is there. I got to make sure that your personal life is not affecting your business life.
Yeah, the management is the hardest job to me. Because you're playing all of the roles: mama, wife, lover, friend, sister, cousin, daddy. Everything. You're getting. That's why I said you're getting hit. You're getting hit so many different ways as the manager. So it's an anointing at being a manager. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, come on now.
Anointing there, because you have to be able to also be the business, be organized, be the therapist, and then you being the coach. And then sometimes, what I had girl groups, I was like the mama. I was dealing with so much emotional issues, from somebody touching on them to policing the boyfriends and holding the secrets back from the parents. I mean, it was a lot. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot. So, but I always think for artists that you need management when you get to a certain level. Some of y'all at the level where you need management, right?
Right.
So when you get to a certain level, you need somebody to groom you, because there's no A&R like it used to be back in the day. There's no artist development, okay, like it used to be back in the day. So your talent manager steps in and really can mold you and guide you. And I'm gonna say this too, as if for your talent manager, listen, I tell people all the time, a lot of y'all see these celebrities and be like, oh, they got managers. No, them ones that kept their real managers is the ones who still got their money.
Thank you. Yep.
Did you hear me what I said?
Repeat it.
Real manager is part of your family. So they're the ones that still got their money. It's the ones when you jump ship and they don't care nothing about you. And I was finna slip up and say somebody's name. Let me not give away some tea on this show. Let me just say, had people kept their real managers, some celebrities wouldn't be incarcerated. They kept the real managers, cared about them and loved them, the managers that'll stand up to you and tell you no to this and that and do that. Stay with your real manager, the one who cares about you, before you jump ship to other managers that's taking your money once you get famous. I was going to say a few names right there. They know, these celebrities know. They know if they was over there, they'd be like, hallelujah. Because a lot of times, y'all better follow the LeBron. LeBron got his original team.
Thank you. I hope I say it correctly. Taskalani Mitchell for the super sticker. Thank you for your support. Doris says, what do you ladies think about the Britney Spears debacle?
Free Britney. Free Britney.
So y'all know I'm on that mental health thing. Y'all know me. I just have always thought that you got to have a team.
She's a prime example.
It starts with a team from the very, very beginning. I mean, Princess, I'm glad you got a team because your shit about to be popping, pop.
Yeah, I'm building my team. I'm gonna need a manager real quick.
Exactly. You need a what's that show? Oh, damn! It just quickly. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me see. Hold on.
Drink to it.
You need a cleaner. You know what I'm saying? People don't understand that a manager is a cleaner. It's in the late night hours. I have had moms call me about their teenagers or my clients that their kids are having a shit show of a breakdown, and they got a freaking audition tomorrow. So I got to get them on the phone. I'm like, look, little girl. Like, I don't know what you're dealing with right now, but you got to audition tomorrow. Managers are cleaners because we are the liaison between the client and the casting director and the agent. We are the ones that make sure we smooth everything over. So that didn't happen for Britney. That didn't happen for her. It's just out of control.
Yeah, I'm tired of doing everything for myself. I'm getting old now.
You shouldn't have to do it for yourself.
You know what? I understand, the whole thing with Britney Spears, right? We get it. She has some mental issues, but she has some mental issues. She has some PTSD because Child Talent, and I'm gonna say this as clean as I can and politically correct as I can. You got to watch your children in this industry.
Mine cooking crack. I told you, we got to.
No, not fake crack. I'm saying you got to watch who has your child, who you let your child go with. There's a lot of things, that era that Britney grew up in and Christina Aguilera and the Fresh Prince and all them going in, a lot of people touched on them kids.
Yes.
Okay, because Britney ain't got no regular mental health issues. She got some trauma issues.
Trauma.
Okay? Because we saw her, that little girl, how happy and talented she was. What happened to her?
Yeah.
That's a breaking spirit, okay? Look, I don't want to go Holy Ghost on y'all, but that's a breaking spirit, all right? So the things that's happening to her and her parents and stuff like that. I mean, anytime you can control somebody's ovaries, because I don't know if you guys know, but that's following us, she can't even have a baby. Okay? She done lost everything. She can't even have a child on her own.
Nope.
Like, that is some extreme governmental prisoner type of thing. All right. However, with all of that mental health, there has to be a balance. I'm not 100% in agreement with the way that her family is running her money and the way they're living off her. Now, I get the fact that she may have some mental health issues and things like that. However, I don't know who may be the best thing, but my thing is we don't want to look up and see something happen to this young lady because she done got so out of puss with her life that she doesn't want to live anymore. And that just seems, you're watching her could deteriorate right before our very eyes. Mental health is real personal, and she is fighting for her freedom. And she's saying, if she don't get it, she's telling everybody, look, I ain't gonna keep living like this.
I'm not gonna keep doing right.
And she's saying it over and over again. Today, Keisha Cole's resting and peace to her mama.
Yeah.
This world, life is hard. So when you get somebody, you got to get you somebody like that, Miss Danny, people who genuinely care about talent, because that buffering can be the difference between them being successful or being traumatized.
That's true.
Okay.
That's true.
She should still be coming out with albums. Them people love her.
Let me tell you. I like Brittany.
I love Brittany.
She could have been still just really.
She could still be working.
Brittany was up there with a Beyonce, like that girl was talented. Not that she was like the best singer, whatever, but she was a heck of a performer. I mean, it's just like I said before, like it's a lot of things that go in the shadows and in the industry. Some people was mad with Brittany.
I believe it. Okay. First of all, the StreamYard is open. The call lines is open if y'all want to call in and talk directly to my panelists. But they say, what age groups do you work with, and are you looking for new talent?
We always look talent. That's we're always looking for talent. I know, Miss Danny, we always looking for talent. We got our eyes on talent. You got to realize content is now. A lot of these shows are trying to make up for the COVID. I mean, productions is on top of productions. I mean, this is, if you want to be in the entertainment industry, this is the perfect time.
Yes.
There is so much content that's being created from the indie world to all of the major world. I'm working on a film for somebody myself, and I've got work. So it's like everybody's working to catch up from the COVID. So yes. And for my agency that I work with, Gill, we start taking them at 5. We already have our roster of babies and our little people. We don't need anymore because we're not a commercial modeling. Because I think people mix that up, like, oh, my kid is cute. That's modeling. So you're looking for a modeling agency. But for acting, it's speaking at 5, unless they put in some type of smaller criteria, which we'll go and get, but 5 years old to whatever. And let me say this, there is no age on acting. We are taking people, if you at 99 and can say a line, we want you.
You need to cast me. I can say a line.
Seniors are hot. Seniors and plus size.
Yes.
Melanin is hot right now.
Yes, and your seniors, you're right. It's so many seniors, because the coolest thing about today's industry is we want real life.
Right.
We're looking for real. We need a grandma. We need an auntie. We need an uncle. We need we need that.
Over 40 is high right now.
Yeah, that's really good. I've gotten a couple of auditions for stuff, and I'm like, I'm 46 years old, and they still are like, well, we need you. So look at that. I think as far as JT Talent right now, because we have built our roster, we are doing some consulting rather than some signing to the management company as of now, because I think that you should figure out what you're good at and be great at it. And so I want to make sure that my clients have everything that they need, so that when the next client is coming in, it's a very easy streamline, and it's seamless. So I want to be the best with my 6 clients that I have right now that have we've covered our age groups, and we have 1 male adult. So I got my first male adult. I'll probably be looking for 1 female adult that I haven't put out yet. But we are always looking for talent. I'm in the mall. I already looked at you, Princess. Don't even sign with nobody else. I'd be mad. I'm looking. I've always seen kids. With nobody else. I'd be mad.
My son texted me. Bear with me. My son is texting me some stuff.
Yeah.
He got his list of things he wants.
He got his stuff. Yeah, he's ready.
Yeah, he's trying to get up out of here. He needs his medical records. I put him on my phone, so I'm texting it to him like, you doing it at this time of the night? Come on. Yeah. But anyway, being a mama, see what I'm saying?
That's what we do. That's what we do.
Still to the end.
But that's what we do. So, and I do have like I said, a division of our company that I'm doing talent development. She does have a nonprofit, so she is working with underserved people in our community, meaning Black and Brown children who may need help with getting their headshots or help with getting reels, and just some guidance. So we are definitely helping to guide you. We may not be signing at this time, but hey, guidance is everything. You get that education, and who knows, you might be good enough and I'll be like, Cassandra, I got one for you, boo. I got one.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Talent, because we're a talent agency, so y'all know it's a difference. We always sign because we always need people, especially commercials are booming right now. So
and I will tell you this, a manager cannot negotiate a contract. So if you are trying to, I am a manager, I cannot negotiate a contract, but I would get with Cassandra and say, hey, let's look at this contract. My client is saying this, and she can give that agent advice. But if you have a manager right now, or if you're looking for a manager, they cannot be your agent. That's a separate thing.
Right.
So that's it.
I wanted to recognize this comment. I want to thank you, Karen. She said she unsubscribed to all channels except for mine. Because I'm about to building up. I want you. Look, my friends are about building up. All of my friends, Marcella, Deb, Nosy, everybody. I'm flattered and I thank you. And I want you to find some more content creators that we get together. We're all about building up. I thank you very much for those kind words, and I am glad that you are here. Glad you're here. I know Cassandra know this one. The saying goes that Disney stars will always work.
You said what?
Disney stars will always work or have a job.
Yes.
That's the way they're trained.
You know, Disney, this is another thing. Disney's a machine. Like, did anybody watch the if you ever want to get a good like insight to the industry, it's a movie about, oh my God, Judy Garland. The Judy Garland story, the one that was done by her daughter. And I'm trying to remember if the name of it is called the Judy Garland story, but that is a great movie about what child starring is. So Disney is a machine. Disney and Nickelodeon, they are machines. So the training that they give their young people is tremendous. But what a lot of people don't realize is that a lot of those guys are already older. They're not as young as you might think they are. So you might have had some of them were already like 19 and 20. So some of like the whole thing of like, oh, a kid was, you know, you got kids that have started young, like the little kids on the Bernie Mac show, and you know the ones that start young,
the blackish kids,
right? Watch them grow up and things like that. Those are boot camps. So the training that they get is so good and so extensive in every area, because you know those multiple kids can sing, dance, and act. Okay, they're considered triple threats. And so they will always work to a certain extent because they have so much talent. However, sometimes they get pigeonholed. You'll see a split. So of kids, you'll see some kids that kind of like drift off and they kind of get out of the industry or don't go advance. And then you have some kids that bloom up to superstardom and advance. But it's not so much as Disney. It's it's the management that's behind those actors. Because you read their stories, you'll see that it's the management team. Because Zendaya, am I saying her name? Zendaya, right?
Yeah.
That little girl is a machine. She's been taking control of her career since a very early age. She did not allow them because she watched her.
She had a dadager, doesn't she? Yeah.
Yeah. She has a dadager. Her dad is,
Yeah, she watched her peers. She was like, I'm not going to be like that. I'm going to make it. You know, so a lot of these kids are taking control of their lives, but you watch.
Kiki Palmer. Is that Kiki Palmer? Oh, she's amazing.
Yeah, she's from Chicago. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She's amazing.
Yeah. She's had a great career. So, so Disney is a machine, but yeah, a lot of those children do keep working because they are a machine, and Disney is such a extreme, amazing ground for talent, even for just some insight behind Disney cast real families.
Yes, they do. Mm-hmm.
They're big on that. They'll take you, your whole family, the grandmama, the cousin, the friend, and pay you.
Mm-hmm.
Because they love real families on Disney.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna take our first caller. One of our resident supporters here, to be Black native. She be in these YouTube streets. You're blurry today, but we can hear you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, ladies.
Hi.
My question is because my daughter, she would do extra parts. This was back in the day, way back in the day. Because she's 45 now, but when she was like 12 and stuff, I let her go do those extra little things, you know, because I was living in Los Angeles area.
Right.
And she went on a lot of sets. She did a few commercials. She did this movie called Sins of the Mother with Elizabeth Montgomery. And they cut the whole thing out. Oh, he's so cute, huh?
Yeah, cute.
You know, see, I can't have no shine. I can't be in here by myself. Sorry, Miss To Be Black and Native. Say hey to everybody.
Hello.
Hey.
Aren't you the handsome one?
He's so cute.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Look, I'm so crazy. My eye was like, I don't want to see it.
See, I'm beckoning the other ones to come over there.
Look, that's all right. I'll send them your stuff later.
I'm always looking. I'll stop what you're doing, but proceed, sweetie. Go ahead.
I was going to ask Cassandra, what do you think is easier, or is there a difference between working with a momager and an actual outside manager?
So I'm going to say this, which is not maybe politically correct, because I can be a little unpolitically correct. I'm going to be honest. Momagers for us as agents are not sometimes the best. And I'm going to say this.
What she said, it nice today?
I said it nice because I'm on your show. I don't want to upset your people.
She said it nice today.
I have to roll with the manager.
Oh, you know, my branding is 50% righteous, 50% ratchet.
Okay,
so they are conditioned.
I'm gonna say, because oftentimes
they a mess.
You get that crazy mama who really want to be the star and come on set acting like she running everything and she know everything and she got the business. And I deal with this all the time because I'll fire you. I tell people all the time, I'm gonna fire you because I ain't hired you, baby. I hired you. And they don't know what they're doing. And so they hurt their kids' career because they being too personal with everything, especially being a Black woman. You get another Black woman, she all in your business, how you want your hair, how your clothes is. I'm like, girl, I'm trying to talk to your kid. You know what I'm saying?
You fire me a time or two.
You're being extra, okay? You're being too extra. We don't want extra. So when you get with a professional that knows what they're doing, you get with somebody like Miss Danny, she knows what she's doing. She's coming in, she's on the business. And so we don't have to waste time in your noviceness.
Right.
Okay. I want to deal with the person that knows it, because you coming in may get your kid fired because you're doing too much. And we don't have time. We're already overloaded in business. We're already business. We don't have time to be trying to educate you on this industry and calm you down on set because you're walking around and doing things inappropriate. And I'll give you a prime example. I'm on set. I'm trying to run something. I'm running around doing 5 million things. And this mama's on set having a meltdown and she's crying because she forgot to bring a costume for her child on set. Now I'm at this moment already troubleshooting the problem, but now she's crying on set. What is that doing for her child? Right?
It's not good. Yeah.
No, now you stressing out your baby. I done handled the problem and you crying because you making it about you. So I'm gonna have to roll with the manager. I'd rather deal with the manager over the momager any day, because the momager is too raw and too new and don't really know what she's doing. And I don't want to deal with
green.
I'd rather deal with this. I'd rather deal with the manager because me and Danny know the language.
Right.
So
I don't think I would ever. I think, you know, kind of piggyback off what she said. I know how green and how inexperienced I wasn't experienced. Okay. I wasn't experienced and everything was just coming at me. I would not have been good to work with when my son started. You know, I look back and I see all the different questions that I had that to us may not be dumb questions, honestly. And people say there's no dumb questions. There are some.
Or some dumb questions.
There are some dumb questions, especially because Google is your friend, and because right, and because if your child is what you're investing in, then that should have been your research. Now, if your child is in the industry, you have a new career. You have a new you need to get a new degree. You have a degree in child management. You need to really research and study. I would not have been good to work with when my son was 12. At 19, now that he's older and really he's driving himself to set and I'm managing a grown ass man, I don't look at him as much. I mean, I do, but as I tell him all the time, I'm speaking to you as a manager. I'm not speaking to you as your mother. I'm speaking to you as this is business. So now, like Cassandra said, I can't let my feelings get in the way because it'll mess with his money. Emotions don't pay bills, those type of things. So I would even go with a manager versus a momager.
Now, let us say this. Hey, you might say, listen, this is my kid. I want to manage my kid. I'm going to give you the best. This is $1 million advice. Be quiet. Talk to the parents on set. There was always a parent that got the most experience. Yes. You don't have to talk to nail agent. Just talk to the parent on the set. You will learn everything building a network, because if your child is in a certain network, you're going to see these parents over and over again, and they will give you priceless advice. Sometimes the need for momagers or dadagers to be seen kill their kids, and sometimes the arrogance, and you thinking, so say for instance, your kid might be hot now. You're not thinking 10 years from now. You're not thinking building a relationship with the agents now. You don't want to wait till your kid is fizzled out. You want to get your kid when the kid so they can build a relationship and grow with the brands, you know? And so a lot of times the best information is Google and other parents. All right. So we don't want to discourage momagers because it's a lot of famous momagers. Sonia Norwood, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of momagers out there and dadagers out there. Matthew knows. Okay. But what we do want to say is learn Google University, pick up the book, and just ask questions to other parents that's in the industry.
Well, excellent. Well, yeah, back then I was talking about a long time ago. I know it must be much different now. Back in the day, oh my goodness, no GPS. I'm driving in most of the places were like out in Glendale, and I lived in Long Beach, and she had a manager. In fact, I'm sorry, what do you call yourself? Talent agent?
Agent.
She had a talent agent, lived in Long Beach. I was like, shoot, I wish they could, she could go pick up my baby and take her, because she was in middle school. And I would have to take off work at the last minute. And because, she wasn't really in acting school or anything. She was just being an extra and getting like $50 here, $250 there, and, commercial here, commercial there. And she did this show called, what was that show? Family Ties? Not Family Ties. One of those white kid shows. And she wore Kirk Cameron's Halloween costume. And I'd be darned if we didn't stay on that set for like 10 hours. I picked her up from school like 1 o'clock, and we were there till almost 1 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. She never asked me to be in that business. No. When her agent, I remember her agent was Irene, and she called me, and she had a habit of, if you turned her down, she wouldn't call you for a long time. But I had fun sometimes on the set, though, because Kirk Cameron was so personable. Not Kirk Cameron, the other little guy. Anyway,
let me say this. I don't know what kind of agent she had, but agents don't do extra work. We don't book extra work. That's a whole different department.
Talent, okay.
Yeah, we don't book extra because it's a different rate of pay. And if you're an extra, you can't be an actor at the same time. Kind of. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're in the background in season 1 and you playing an extra, and then how do we cast you as a speaking role and another episode when people done seen you in season 1? So that's kind of a thin line. So most agents, Now I don't know back in the day because I'm
well, they had different kinds of agents because the little girl that was in her class actually had a different agent, and her agent would send her on auditions. So it was an iffy thing because she could maybe get the part and maybe not get the cut. And I wasn't going for that because I have to take off work to take her out there. So she better make some money if I'm gonna take her out there. So I didn't want her in that kind of situation where she had to audition and get turned down and stuff. I didn't go through any of that.
So you probably was with a casting company, an extra company, not an actual agent. They were probably just a casting.
They specialize in casting for extras only.
Right. So
that's a casting agent. Casting company.
Yeah, that's not an agent. An agent, we do not do
agent. You're right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Miss 2B Black Native. I love you.
I love all of y'all. God bless. I enjoyed this.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
We probably have to do a part 2.
I know, right?
I do rotation. Some people I got to bring back.
Yeah, it's a lot
of. Let's bring up Egypt. And Dory, come back. Hey, Egypt. She's showing her face today, not the avatar. You really must like me. You muted.
You on mute, Miss Egypt.
Wait.
There you go.
Oh, you went back.
You mute again. Hit it again. There you go.
It's okay. So I say, okay, now let me get myself together because these women, these panels, they up here showing themselves. I said, so let me get a little something together and get on here. Respect Princess Channel, okay? So hello, ladies. Good evening. I really appreciate. This is wonderful. I'm learning a lot. I'm asking a question for my sister. So her daughter is 15 and she wants to model. And I had actually reached out to, I think it was Ashley Graham, and one of her team had got back to me with everything that, need to be done, because I had told my sister, like, Wilhelmina, you need to call them up and, kind of figure it out, because I see a lot of, the commercials and different things and how they're trying to like market, the teenagers and basically everybody of, all statures. Like, she's a little big and, but she's beautiful, so I said, I had to go to a perfect example. I was like, Ashley Graham, was a voluptuous, curvaceous, model, so I said, I've seen commercials where I've seen, young girls and teens from like 15 to maybe like 19 and, with different sizes. I said, right now they want to market to everyone. I said, so it would be best to, get all these things done. So actually the team messaged me back and was saying like, oh, she needs a comp card. And I wasn't really sure what that was. I knew that it probably had to do with like portraits and portfolio and things of that nature. And so she actually hit me back today and gave me a whole list of things to be done. Now, what my sister trying to do is she's talking, oh, you need to be the integer. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. Okay. I went and got the tools for you. Here are the tools. This is what you need. This is what you need to do. Give these people a call and find out what's going on. So my question to y'all is, I know y'all said y'all do consulting. So what should be the first steps that she take?
So let me speak first, so I can say that I do not dibble and dabble in the modeling, and I don't want to give you any false information with that. I'm sure Cassandra probably has more connections on that side.
So the first thing that she needed to do, and one, stop calling. Stop calling the people. The first thing that she needs to do is she needs to get a portfolio. Inside of that portfolio is a comp card. So this is what a comp card, we say Z cards. So this is what it is. She has to have a face shot, but it's different than a headshot. Okay. Because modeling and acting is two different mediums. So she needs a portfolio. So she needs what's action pictures, because they want to see her body because she's modeling. So they want to see model-esque pictures. Okay. So you can Google comp cards. So it should be a series of
Okay.
a face picture, but not like quarter length picture. Yes, thank you. Right, but no, but this she would need body shots.
But you need different ones. This is just something somebody did for me, but it's on this order.
So she needs full body shots in action. Like she should be looking like she's walking to the store, like the things that you see in a catalog. Because when you're doing modeling, you're doing catalog work. That's what modeling is.
Okay.
It's dependent on, because you got high fashion, you have editorial, and then you have what we call, what most people, when you're starting out, it's just pictures that you see in catalogs, catalog modeling.
Okay.
So Illinois, Chicago is a big catalog. It's a big model city because we have a lot of like get the Walmarts and the Kohl's, especially now because of school time. And then you have commercial, which is now really considered is modeling and movement. Commercials, that's what it is, animated modeling. All right, because now people, you don't have to act to be in commercials. Most models go into commercials because it's just you just walking in the store smiling, hi, you're being yourself. So start with a portfolio. It goes back. It's always going to start with pictures.
Okay.
So she needs it. I'm gonna be honest with you. Don't try to do it in one photo session. You're gonna need at least. Okay. So you get 2 in, and you want to get her clothes that she But look, Google comp cards. Google comp cards.
This is why I had one to run by you because they sent me like a detailed like kind of like list.
Right. And so what does this say on there? It says portfolio comp cards, right?
Yeah, so it says I'm gonna tell you right now. So it says height measurements, headshot, action shot, bikini photo, profile shot, fashion shot, etc., taken by professional photographers. It says,
and this is old, and I've learned to do better, but even still, this was my low budget one, and it worked. But these were all professional pictures by various photographers.
Right, but this is
another thing she's saying. Don't take them all at once.
This is more like a promotional shot, but on her Z card, it's going to have her height. It's going to have her measurements because they need to know. Designers need to know what her body measurement size, because certain designers will look at the body measurements and they will pick you or they don't pick you, especially for plus, because plus goes in different sizes and angles. So you got plus, then you got curvy, you got plus, then you got plus plus. So curvy girls is like an 8. You know, like
they just got big booty, big titties.
They just can be 8 because the camera gives you weight. So they could back in the day, you was a 7, you was a plus size model.
You was fat, right?
You know, then you got plus, right? That's 12 to I think 16. And then you got girls that's like now, like Ashley Graham would be considered plus. Now, but she done had the baby, she got more weight on her. She about an 18. So she was considered plus. So that's what they want to know. They want to know what your measurements are, what your heights are. So shouts out to Ashley Graham for responding and answering the questions, because most I don't think you can get that from Wilhelmina.
Yeah.
You know
because it was actually her team. One of her team members is because I had Nate, when she first said that she was like she want to model, because what happened was she goes to like they live in like a county where it's like, you know, a lot of Caucasians, and so when she was going to school, the girls was beating her. They was telling her she was ugly, and you know, she had a little low self-esteem going, and they was telling her she was fat. And I was like, no, you're not, you're beautiful. Don't listen to what they say. Okay. Because she kind of has like a mixed type of look because of her dad's background. And my sister's is fully black, but if you see her, you'll be like, oh, what is she? Is she Spanish? Is she, you know, like, what is she? She looks like a mixed texture. So I think that her being, she's very beautiful. I think that is what, you know, how the teenagers, how they do, you know, some of the girls, they like the hair and things like that.
Yeah. My daughter,
and so I had told her, I was like, no.
Of non-traditional
model. Yeah, she was a plus size model. My daughter is 6'1", always been a plus size girl. I told her early, you know, you're not finna ever be skinny. You just wasn't built that way. You a big girl, and she's still a big, beautiful girl. I don't know. It's like you have to love yourself. I was like, you are a big girl. And the next time somebody walk up to you and say X, Y, and Z, you tell them you get paid to be big, baby. Google you. And that's exactly what happened. Her high school years was different because when they Googled her, she was working for McDonald's, ripping the runway, okay? And doing it, all right? Until she decided that she didn't want to do it anymore. She's an entrepreneur. But yes, how tall is she? How tall is she?
She's like 5'7", almost like look like she's because she's growing, like she might be like like 5'8", but
so she would have
she's
to be
like
5'9" for fashion. So modeling comes in elements, but you can go there because fashion has a height to it. Print has a height. She would be more considered. If she's 5'7", she's definitely going to be print all day. But that's print commercials all day. So get her shots, and like I said, check us out because we hire models for commercials. So
you are Philly, right?
Girl, we everywhere.
Yeah,
I'm talking about Egypt.
Yeah, look,
I am.
That's East
Y'all might need to drive to New York and get you some good shots out there.
They got photographers in New York. Listen, New York, LA, Atlanta, the best photographers, hands down.
Period.
Hands down.
Okay.
Hands
so
down. Nothing Chicago, but know. Atlanta photographers, baby.
Be blessed.
LA, the industry, they anywhere. So I'm sure there's some good photographers in Philly. I need to build a database. That's one thing I need to do. I need to just go on the road and
let's work on that because these people is asking for these different cities.
Yeah, let's work on the database. Because I have some clients like Egypt or some people that are just asking. I haven't been signing anybody that far, but I would love to give them some information to help them out.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna put up somebody I worked with in Dallas. I just remembered somebody was asking about Texas. I just worked with an excellent photographer in Dallas.
Listen, New Orleans is getting ready to be the new Mecca because a lot of productions are leaving Atlanta and they're going to shoot in New Orleans. Okay, because some political stuff going on in Atlanta, but so there's good everywhere. There's the good, a little good of everywhere. So we need to work on that. We need to do like this will be a little road tour, y'all. We can just be on the road like who's the best of the best. Let's check it out.
All right, we're
sure.
That could be a reality show.
Let's do it.
Hey,
right there, treatment. Let's get the log line and the synopsis going. Let's go.
Portia, aren't you in Atlanta? Call Danny if you're in Atlanta and Cassandra because they have
Gill is in Atlanta. Yeah. Home base in Atlanta. Patty, shout out to Patty Gill, April. Genya and Ty, Rashawn, and little Jolie, which is our newest baby, who's a beast. Little Jolie for president. That little girl gonna be president one day.
Thank you, Egypt.
Thank y'all so much. I appreciate this, and I will get y'all information. From Princess. All right. Yeah. Y'all have a good night.
Good night.
Their information is in the description box. Even for those that's on the replay, you could go down in the description box and look for the information. All of them are on social media, and we will repeat it at the end of this simul class because we're almost done. Amelia said, "Can we come to DC?" Yes, ma'am.
That sounds like a road trip. I think we should be. I think we should take the house on the road.
I'm a lady of leisure.
I think we should take the house on the road. I'm a stay-at-home mom. As long as I got this right here, I'm always working.
You're a lady of leisure. Look, I got 1, 2.
I'm sitting here with my iPad. Look, I'm sitting here while we working. I'm sitting here with my iPad.
Listen, because it's when you're in the industry, you just think everybody knows this knowledge that you just think you know it. And just listen to the ladies ask these questions. I'm like, we don't want you guys making mistakes out there. We want you guys to be engaged. And we know how financially this can be rewarding, if done correctly. Because listen, from a small, like say for instance, for a small day player role, it's $1,500, but you're getting royalties every time it plays. I mean, it's like like this really can help incomes, not like the check that you're getting from the government. I'm not getting one because I don't got no kids, but
Like, I'm salty.
Girl, I was like, what was this when we had kids?
When you saw my cuties come up, you saw my cuties to the camera. I'm like, look, this is my paycheck. Come on, get to the camera.
Hey,
Do you need older women for commercials?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Bad.
Real people. We want real people.
Bad. I need
Real people.
I need 40. I need 40 and up so bad. Men and women. I was trying to talk my best friend into doing it.
Oh, let me give me some new
I'm gonna
shots.
send you some pictures. I'm gonna send you some pictures, Cassandra.
No, y'all are looking at all the commercials on TV.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, everybody, I'm looking at Elle, I'm sitting in the bed getting excited when I see everybody born on TV. And I'm like, oh, my commercials.
Elle on there like Shay. Elle doing it. Elle just filming now. I think filming another movie. Elle is hot. Elle is.
And then the other night and finally saw that damn cracker commercial on TV and shit.
Look, Daddy, funny. My ex-husband, who I begged, who we divorced over me being in the industry, I got him in the industry, and he wasn't nothing but commercial. He hot.
Look, her ex-husband helped me. This is a little Kiki. Help teach me the proper way to walk down the runway. And she is telling you come in here. I done been in and out the industry since a child. I want to do this. I done fashion shows since a kid. And he was like, stop. He was like, stop. First of all, you was not stepping off on the right foot. And I have never fucked that up since. They was like, no, boo. I know you think you know what you do.
I'm getting ready to do a fashion show. I got a new clothing line I'm finna launch called Skunk.
I think the preview.
Oh, that's stank right there.
Thank you to Be Black Native for the super chat. Thank you for the support. And look, Miss Dorit is out there in Vegas. Look in the fashion industry. She probably got some gems to drop. You got some questions. Hey, Miss Dorit, this is one of my knights in shining armor.
Hi, thank you. On a serious note, can the panel address the drug use and alcoholism in the industry? Back in the days, it was rampant, and so many child stars died of overdoses.
Yes.
I'm from New York. My daughter was beautiful. She was 5 years old, chubby, had a face like a porcelain doll. And I was stopped in the city by agents giving me their card to bring my daughter in. And I was so afraid to do so because of the reputation and what you heard that was going on. And I'd like to know if it's still status quo. Has it changed?
Yes. So this is when we talked about that Britney Spears thing, and I said we're gonna try to be politically correct. So that's on a serious note. Okay, so listen, drug use has been in entertainment as long as entertainment has been around. Some of our most famous people we have lost. Like we said it kind of not said it today. We said Keisha Cole's mom died from an overdose today of drugs. So any industry, even if you work at Walmart, if there's a person there who is an addict or a pusher, you're going to have that type of influence. So this is what I say. Things have, drugs, yes, are around, period. It's you as a parent to educate your child and your talent about proper protocol, drugs, saying no, and this, because a lot of these artists are on pills, it's a lot of pressure, there's a lot of weight requirements. There were so many things that young people are doing, and I say the biggest drug of all, which is liquor. Because it's a quick fix, it's cheap, you can get it cheap, you can add things to it. Is it still around? However, because there are so many protocols in place with COVID, with a lot of the movements, #MeToo, there are a lot of policing and people are more aware. The use of cell phones, social media has shaved some of the issues down, but it's entertainment. So yes, it would be, I'm not going to lie and say it's not there. It's definitely there. However, it's an educational form. We, for our industry, we do, I can speak for Gill Talent. We do mental health check-ins with our talent. We educate our artists about the audition process. We have expectations. We don't deal with, anything that may put any talent in danger. And we are definitely hands-on with our young people. And so we are reporting, we build these relationships with our talent, as well, this open door policy. And we're just putting in those barriers to just try to make sure that we can do as much as we can with the arms that we have loaded. But the primary resource is family. If you get a kid, you got to educate your kid to say no, to have the relationship that somebody, not just the drugs, that somebody touch you if they give you a substance. I used to tell my son, my son had the opportunity to go to New York, and they said, we don't want the mama to go. And I said, well, then he can't go.
Period.
He can't go. And it was to the Tonys. I said, y'all finna take my son on a trip. That's not gonna happen. No. So we have to make
I remember that
parental choices. Yeah. Like, no, my baby not gonna go, you're not gonna go, because no, I'm not trying to have anything happen. This is my family, and I'm doing everything that I can. But education is the key, forums is the key, mental health awareness is the key. And that's my spiel on that.
I think it's important. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I think it's important that you have your child has a team as well. Mm-hmm. Because for me, I was just like Cassandra. If I can't go, he can't go. And now that he's 19, of course, there's still a time where I want to be right by him. However, we have built a team where I have someone. Did we lose her?
She'll probably come back.
That's okay. We built a team where I have someone that's ear is closer to the streets, who may be a little bit younger than him, that can go with him on those places where he doesn't want his mom to go. And that's just honest to God truth. There's some places where he don't want to be rolling up with his mom. Let's just be real. But he gonna have somebody there that's gonna report to mama. You know what I mean? And it's gonna have his back, because the drugs are still gonna be real. The alcohol is still gonna be real. The sex is still out there. Yeah. You just have to make sure that you have your child around some people that have your back. And when you can't answer, they can answer for you and be able to have the best interest for your child. That's important.
When you say that, that reminds me of that episode where T.I. and Tiny went to go see King, and he was on tour. Even though he had a handler, the handler was letting him see titties. You know
right.
what I'm saying?
It is.
You got to pop up on the handler sometimes.
It's really, the best way that I can describe it is that a lot of times people give people too much authority with your kids. You got to have a relationship with your kids. You got to talk to your kids. Like I'm one of them. I'm one of them mamas. I'm going to be in your laundry. I'm in your room. I'm going through your desk. I'm having conversations. I'm watching my kids' behavior. My kid come in and I notice something about my kid. You drinking, you smoking? Because I done had this conversation with my daughter. She come in. I'm like, you smoking? What is that smell? She was like, Mom, I was in the car with your friends. I was like, well, then they can't drive you no more. Because y'all smoking. You, how old are you? Your friend? No, you have to have the relationship with your kids, because you can't say the industry got your kids on drugs. Your kid, a young person, may have been exposed, but there are situations where kids can say no. You have to, like my famous saying is time, opportunity, and place. Top. Make sure that you're on top of the top. Don't put your young person in a time, opportunity, or place. I had a girlfriend left her kid in the studio with grown men in the middle of the night, and then you wonder when your daughter said that they allegedly touched her. You know what I'm saying? Why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? So it's the first level of defense is always the parent.
Because didn't Usher go off with P. Diddy?
Yes.
You remember when Usher? That didn't go too well.
Listen, there are tons of allegations. The allegations against Michael Jackson.
Oh,
the allegations against Usher. The allegations with the Chris Stokes.
Yeah.
The list can go on and on. The Epsteins, the Weinstein. The list can go on and on. But listen. I'm in mental health. You know, I'm a clinician by trade. I mentor kids. I can look at a kid and say, I can see the trauma because I know what it looks like, especially with sexual trauma. You know, you can't. This is a crazy industry. You know that's a whole nother show. The black side of the industry. That's a whole nother show. We trying to be politically correct on this industry because I tiptoed around it a little bit. But I mean, there is a dark side to any side, and I tell people not just entertainment. Look, I know situations at Walmart, drugs at Walmart.
Yeah. You know? And again, that goes back to you setting a foundation for your child, and as well as, you know, bringing them up in the idea of identity, being able to have their own identity. Because when your children have their own identity and they are secure, which is hard to be secure at 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. But once to get the security of nobody can sway you right or left. But do know that influence is heavy.
And drugs is heavy. And let me say this another thing. In the fashion industry, fashion is known for drugs, heavy drugs, and
predatory,
sexual
for males. Males. There's a lot of pressure for men and men. Okay? And for women, it's weight. You know, a lot of emotional pressure for weight. A lot of drug use comes from because cocaine is a weight controller. You know what I'm saying? It works your weight. So you went around like, oh, it's like they hyped up because, you know, so, you know, there's issues and pressures there. There's, you know, and I always say, you know, it's not, you know, my whole thing is not so much as this industry. It's just people. You know, you get your people around a bunch of bad people that's doing a bunch of bad things, and your child is going to be introduced to some things that they may not want to be introduced to. So you have to just stay on top of your children, you know, your young people.
Yeah.
So thank you for my sis Anitra for the super sticker coming over here to support me. So we're going to close out, but I have a few more questions before we get on up out of here.
I'm looking at my phone because everybody wants to text me because I think about, you know, at this one time. So I got to look at it because, you know,
it's always
working though. We always working
on my show. Something ghetto happens almost every show. So again, these people is used to, we keep it real over here. Okay.
50% real, 50% ratchet.
I think I'm 75-25. Y'all pray for me.
Girl, I think I'm about 50, 60. I'm talking about a 60-40, yeah.
60-40.
What do y'all feel is your biggest accomplishment in your career thus far?
I'm going to say for me, not strangling my 19-year-old and throwing him in the river. Not that I thought about it, but I did have a plan. Because being right, I'm be nice. Because being his manager and being his mom has been very taxing. And I can honestly say that getting him to this point where I am so very proud of him, and he's growing into a good young man and being able to balance and juggle for the past year, he's been doing 2 different sets and going from BMF to Stranger Things and being able to tap into his mental health, his spiritual being, and still being alive, still being, you know, a good big brother. That may not be, it is career wise, but it's still on a personal, I'm proud of myself, of me bringing him to where he is right now and allowing me to use what I've learned to be able to help other young people. I don't think that I I know that I have not reached the peak of what God has for me. I know I haven't. And I know that because of platforms like this with Princess and Cassandra and other people getting on here, I know that God has more for me. So I'm just happy at this level. I'm just happy to be here. I'm just happy to be vulnerable and humble enough to just receive whatever. So I'm open. I'm green, Cassandra. I'm all open. I'm wide open, man.
But not green. First of all, let me say I love Stranger Things. It's one of my favorite shows.
It ain't my show.
Huh? I can.
It's like, oh, thank you. Like it's my show. I'm just excited.
I'm already said when you say 50, so I'm already trying to get into the multiple series. But I'm proud of 50. Like what he's done with his career has been absolutely positively amazing. Yes. Okay. You know, to survive this industry and be so successful and create iconic characters, because I mean Ghost, you know, Power, and then to give a female writer an opportunity. So shouts out to you, 50. So for me, my thing was, let me see, it's been so many moments for me. I think it would have to be my first film to actually, because all I wanted to do at the time was, you know, I was in the play world. I was doing plays and I was like, you know, I'm gonna make a movie and I just want to get it on Amazon Prime and Tubi. That was my goal. That was it. I was like, that's it. Because you're starting and I'm a realist. I'm like, I'm not going to go to Netflix. Let me get in and let me learn the art of filmmaking. But next I'm going to Netflix. I'm Netflix, HBO Max. That's the goal. All right. So I think getting my movie to the platforms that I said that I was going to get them to the platforms that they are, I think is amazing. And to get I'm being mentored by Javon Johnson of Tyler Perry of The Oval. I think is amazing too, because I'm such a huge fan of Javon Johnson, and to actually like browbeat him, literally, like I was like, "You gonna mentor me one day?" Because people don't know he was writing partners with Chad Boseman, so he's an excellent writer and coach. He was trained by he's August Wilson trained. I think those are my biggest accomplishments for me, to be able to be mentored by him. And to get my movie on that platform that I said I was gonna do it and I did it. And next HBO Lord,
it's coming,
Lord. I'm gonna get a Power series, Lord. So those are my goals. Those are my goals. Those are my biggest things that I accomplished. That I think girl power. Shouts out to the girl power world.
Like I said, I've watched. We've come a long way, baby.
In school arguing in student government. I'm not getting no trophy. Listen, this is true. I'm gonna say this sidebar. So listen, me and Avela was the president of student government. She was running things. I came up in there like, you need some competition. I'm gonna run against you. And I'm gonna beat you. I was like, girl, I'm gonna beat you. And I won. Then I didn't know what to do. I had to call and say,
what I'm supposed to do. What I'm supposed to do.
I was mad too. I think I was. I was like, look how they treated me. And then I got that call. She was like, look, I need you to be my
look, girl, I need you. I don't know what I just ran to be on some old petty stuff, but I really don't know what to do. I really need your help because you really know how to do the government. But you know what? I loved her for that, because most people would have been like, okay, you got it. Now you go. I was going to mess it up. And we came in and worked together and literally did some great things for our college and wrote some plans and fought and petitioned and went to Springfield. We was real little
years later. It might have took a year or two, and I walked out and walked back in. I'm like, now you was going to ban me off the campus for what you did? You did what needed to be done. Well, we told you to do.
Yeah, we put the plans together. So we worked together. We was a great team. So that was fun. But it was good. You tell a lot about her spirit, because she came back to help me and she didn't have to, because I was on crazy crack. I was like, girl, I don't know how to do this job. I don't want it. Take it back.
That's like, what happens when boss like what she said. Angel said yes, but boss.
Angel remember. Angel was there.
Angel went to college with us. Hey, girl. We's all in. Shouts out student government.
So look, you already have answered the next question. What do you see for your future?
Girl, we gonna claim first. We gonna work together. How about that? We gonna do some collaborative efforts together. But listen, we all know. I'm gonna answer for. Look, I'm gonna answer for me. I want a network deal. I want that. I want that network deal. I want that. You know how you get that show, and I know this is the most wretched show ever, but I just love Down in the Valley when the girls get.
Oh, that's the shit.
That's my show.
Like P Valley, like, ooh.
So Brandy is I love Brandy because Brandy started off as an assistant to casting. The stripper.
Yes. The teacher?
Mercedes. Her name is Brandy. And she started out as an assistant to the casting director. Dang it, her name just missed but she casted for School Days, she casted for New Edition's movie, but she was her assistant. And the same thing with the girl off of Sisters, the show Sisters. She was the secretary. She started out as Tyler Perry's assistant. And now, but go ahead. You were telling me about
But you're right, because we have a client that's Tyler Perry assistant, and he works at Tyler Perry. And I was one of the few female directors that was invited to Tyler Perry Studio.
Yes.
So I've been inside the Dream Building, y'all.
Yes.
Ooh, child. I was in there like I feel like there was anointing there because all my good stuff started happening when I started. Listen, I took my hand against them beautiful them walls and slid all the way through the Mark Smith office, who I was meeting with. All the way through. Saying in Jesus' name, because you can say whatever you want to say about Tyler Perry, but what he is a content creator. Period. And I'm looking forward to seeing Queens. Shout out Tyler Perry.
But this is the second or third time it's come across the. I was going to ask it later, but I have to recognize this super chat from Miss Helene Easley. She's a big supporter. She said, "Can you all do this again soon?" Thank you.
I definitely will.
And this is for Danielle. Your sister.
So cute. I love that
family. Hey, family. I feel so good to be supported, and I feel so good for you all to be supporting Princess. She is just an amazing content creator, an amazing whatever YouTube industry. She teaching me stuff. She is amazing all around. Her spirit, her energy, her knowledge, she engages and connects people. Because Cassandra, I didn't want to come today. I was nervous. I was like, I know.
We had a long talk. She was like, "Well, what do I have to? I don't think I have." I'm like, "Girl, you have a whole different experience that people is trying to experience."
I'm a whole stalker. I do not play with New Edition. You hear me? And I am sitting right here because you can't believe everything because they supposed to have a residency in Vegas.
I heard. I know you the first person I thought about too.
I'm gonna go every day. I'm not gonna be lying. But wait. But let me tell you something. When them babies hit that New Edition, them babies,
it was amazing.
Y'all,
I'm gonna brag
babies over the next ones.
My bragging rights is the fact that first episode with all the kids out, the credits, the ranking and everything, how many people watched it, outranked the second and the third show. Yes. So the first show, because it was a 3-part.
It's a 3-part.
So the first part was the kids, and let me tell you, residuals don't lie.
Baby, them kids, really, them kids, the kids version took me there. I really like the first episode, it was the 3-piece biopic. I really like the one with the kids because it really made me feel like I remember being that little
like
girl.
you was there with them.
Girl, and the cool thing about that is that you said something earlier about talking to the parents. We had as parents a really good relationship on set, but you don't get that all the time. I could say, I'll say most of us had a really good, that's another T, but had a really good relationship on set as far as getting to know each other and learn from each other. And Every member of New Edition literally poured into each one of those children. No, I wouldn't walk like that. I wouldn't talk like that. I don't dance like that. Ronnie DeVoe spoke to Myles every day on his cell phone and texting him and making sure that, you know, I mean, so they were so invested that I think that's what made it such an amazing, you know, show.
Man, listen.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. Look. Them babies did that. I remember you tell me. I was listening.
China, it's ingrained in him. Danny don't know me and Myles had a moment at the wedding, right?
Oh,
I'm
God.
standing in the door because I was coordinating the wedding. And so I'm running around, and the DJ got to playing one of the New Dishes. So if it is love, and I kid you not, Myles was in the hallway. He said, and this was years after the years after filming.
To me, he had the hardest one. Whoever did Ronnie was the hardest because Ronnie is the most popular member to do it. Everybody loved Ronnie. So I loved it, Michael Bivins, because I was weird like that. It was Ronnie and Michael Bivins.
That's okay.
But Ronnie was he was the prettiest. He was the best dancer. He was tall. Mm-hmm. So when he hit it, because I mean, and then he had that little bow leg thing, baby's mouth hit that little. I'm not gonna play with these kids. Because that's the hardest part. New Edition started when they was kids, man.
Yeah.
That movie, it was everything. Like you could tell me, and I know like Mike, they're supposed to be doing it's a lot of stuff. Because I was disappointed.
All 6 of them coming back. All 6 of them gonna do.
Yeah, I was disappointed. Yeah,
because I think they signed the CCA to they signed. They supposed to be,
It's supposed to be coming, but I was disappointed on the tour. So I hope that they do bring the little boys back to do what because I heard it was supposed to be a tour with all of them, the little boys, the actors, and the New Edition. So I'm hoping.
But money got to be right.
But I'm hoping
there goes some tea.
Money got to be right. You know that, Cassandra.
I know, but I'm hoping.
You know, money got to be right because think about it. Now you're not only marketing my child as it comes to, and this is the manager part of me right now. You're not only marketing this boy as an actor. You're getting into the music industry.
Yeah.
And now, and then when you go from there, which since we spilling tea, now you want to talk about a record deal. Because all of those kids sang on the show. That's their voices. So now you want to talk about. So now you want to pull Caleb off of Stranger Things. You want to pull Myles off of what he's doing, and you got these other 3 kids pulling off too. I gotta see the money because I know how much money you're gonna make off my baby.
Yeah, so we gonna see. I'm hoping. I was just like, can we get a guest appearance? I
know they need to do just a guest appearance.
I just want them to do a guest appearance because it was absolutely positive. Because I actually did it before they did it. I actually did it in a whole play. I had a whole play. This is how obsessed I am with New Edition. I had a whole play called Broken Windows. I named every Carrie, Ronnie, Ricky, Mike, all the New Edition members.
They was brothers.
And they did New Edition, then they Baylor. Killed it. And I taught the choreography. I know all the choreography and everything. But anyway, that's me being obsessed with New Edition.
But let me tell you, I wanted to it's so again, Avella brings people together, and she doesn't know that she brings people together, and it's a spiritual alignment because again, I said I was looking for someone in the Gill agency, and she said you, and I got all clammy hand and was like, I don't know if I can do it. I'm nervous. But also, you speaking of screenwriting, I'm writing my first movie, and I'm stepping into a whole new realm. And I'm just glad that Avella was able to bring me to you.
Yes, let me produce for you, girl.
I'm learning about log lines and
I can help you with that. You should.
I'm so excited. We're going to believe me. Yes. I'm gonna stalk you. I'm about to stalk you.
Listen,
we're gonna talk backstage. Y'all gonna get each other number and things.
Yes, I got a hookup that's gonna be able to help you with that.
Please, I mean, and I have an NDA that I was working, so I sent it to a producer. Me and him was talking, of course, with the NDA. I ain't stupid. And he was like, oh my God, we've got to get this. I can't wait to share it with you. And I can't wait for the world to see it. I'm so excited. So I'm stepping
be
from
great
for you. Yes, I
Thank you.
such agree with you. Yes.
So she
Okay,
brought
so
me to you.
these two last things,
Oh, okay.
you already touched on one. What's one good industry secret or key that you may have come across during your career on set or about a celebrity or experience that you had? That face, the face that you're allowed to tell.
Zoe Kravitz loves to smoke.
Her daddy and mama smoke. Her daddy got a whole farm.
She taught me how to smoke out of an apple.
Oh shit.
So my son did an amazing movie with Zoe Kravitz, and not to say she smoked with me, but she told me how it could be done. You know, Kiki on that. But anyway, her daddy smoked. So anyway, but she was so warm. He did a movie. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, Ken is a sci-fi movie with Myles. It was his leading role with James Franco, Zoe Kravitz. What's that boy name? Michael B. Jordan.
That her other crush.
Yeah, and it was an awesome movie. But it was pretty dark, and we were in Vegas, and then we've been from Toronto, and I spent close to about 3 months with Zoe Kravitz and Michael B. Jordan and everything while my son was 13. Ooh. So had an amazing time. She is cool as shit. I mean, she is really laid back. And her favorite thing to do is color. Me and her colored together. I don't know how much of a secret that is, but it was fun to color. I colored with Zoe Kravitz.
It's relaxing.
What you got, Cassandra? Come with something more juicy.
Sandy finally got in the backstage, and then she
you gotta be politically correct. Look, they be the called you, be like, "Why did you say that?" Patty be like, "No." Right. Mine is gonna be my favorite talent is Robin Givens. She is nothing like people said she was. She has these amazing green smoothies that she drinks. That's fun, and she's just adorable, just absolutely a sweetheart. Just nothing like what anybody says about her. She's just I love her. She is, that body is amazing. But just a sweetheart. That's my favorite talent, and I'm not gonna spill no tea on nobody because I ain't finna be in no trouble. But my favorite talent was Robin Givens and Terry Vaughn. And
I love Terry Vaughn.
She is a sister. I was bringing her popcorn on set from Garrett's cheese popcorn. My future goal is to work with Michael B. Jordan. I love him. I love all his films that he's doing. I think he's amazing in his company. So we ain't giving no tea, girl. So you ain't getting that shit today because we still working.
You ain't getting
tea. Right. Okay.
Girl, and I wish I had some tea, but I ain't got none. So
you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I've had great experience with talent. You know what? I'm gonna give you the tea. The worst talent is the new talent. The talent who
they think they arrived
and don't have no talent is they the worst talent. The influencers that's really just TikTok famous and stuff like that, not the best talent.
They haven't done the work.
No. So
poor Sandy, she been trying to get in this show since I started the call-ins, and then she came in for 2 seconds and she dropped out. Ricky Bell was my guy.
Yeah, I was Michael Business, baby.
I cried when I saw Ronnie because he was my favorite. He came in the BET and I started crying. My husband and my son was like, "Really? That's what you do?" And I was like, "It's Ronnie.
It's Ronnie," and all those moments, baby. And listen, back to New Edition. My favorite is My Kind of Girl. I just love him and them white pants. And the white pants was everything. Them both legs, baby. Ooh.
Now a tidbit. This is one of my last questions. A tidbit for the people. and trying to know, I tried to groom my children into the industry, but I didn't push them hard because if your heart ain't in it, it's not in it. My daughter can dance a whole bunch of people under the motherfucking table.
She can. She can.
But her heart is in it sometimes, and then sometimes it's not. I'll be pushing it for her more than she does. She dance in the group, and I'll be in practice, and I'll be like, they battle somebody, challenge her for her spot, and she'll do it. I'm like, but you number 2, and you could have beat them. And she was like, I'm like, well, you want to be number 7? Why you let them take your spot? You could have did. She's like, I'm gonna be seen. I really don't care. I'm like, but I'm like, if being in the front is not the same as being in the middle, She'd be like, but and Cassandra took on one of her productions. I still look at that little video every now and then. My daughter was young, dancing with grown women, okay, and she was keeping up with them. So I know she has the talent. My son didn't listen to me when he was younger, and I was breeding him to be an athlete because that's what he said he wanted. And when he got grown, he just kind of changed his mind. But in the meantime, I said, well, what happens if you're playing football or baseball and you get hurt? You need to maybe take acting classes. You're very charismatic. You need something to fall back on, and also to do something when your career is over. Mom, I don't want to act. Mom, I don't want to do this. So then now he'll be 22 next month. Has his own Twitch channel, and he's growing his content creation and building multiple streams of income. And he took up acting his senior year of high school and said, Mom, I understand now. And then today, after even months of seeing my daughter's little TikTok, she just running around putting my wigs on and doing stupid stuff. I'm like, why do you hide this from me? I see that you're talented. Why is you sharing my stuff? I'm like, because that's what you're supposed to do. Now she says today, well, when I go to college, I'm also going to do content creation. And, once if I get big money, I'm starting working. I'm like, okay, let's not get too far. You still need a fallback plan. But I see it for them more than what they see it for themselves sometimes. But as a parent, my daughter said, Mom, why are you always in everything we do? You are at every practice. You are at every rehearsal. You're sitting there at the auditions and you're actually active. And I'm like, you're going to thank me for that later.
Yes, you are.
Because I'm always there and I'm always fully hands-on. So as the momagers and the dadagers, and like To Be Black Native brought that to my mind. She said, well, I didn't want to take off work to do that. Can you tell them how important the sacrifice is? And what you have to put into the kids in order to be the momager or the dadager, especially in these situations.
So let me tell my short but very important testimony. I was working in corporate America and I was making almost $100,000 a year. I was working in an IT firm. I knew what I was to do. I knew, but I was taking days off here and there, getting written up for this because I had to leave work early because Myles was getting auditions. I was invested in my child's future. And it makes it really plain when I don't know which one of you said that your gift and that means your children's gifts. That means what you've invested in, not just necessarily you, but your children's gifts will make room for you as well. And I would never, I tell this story. In 2015, I had a nervous breakdown. I felt like the walls were closing in on me because I knew that God had something more for me. And I did not know that it was in my children. I just knew that the cubicle was not for me. It just wasn't for me. And so it's funny because on July the 15th, 2015, I took FMLA. I took FMLA and I started really taking those 3 weeks, which turns into 12 weeks into my children, because I said, I need to be able to pay my bills, which I'm not taking lightly that we still have to work. I needed to pay my bills, but I also knew that my children had something. So I took FMLA. I started putting them in classes. I was readily accessible and able to be at auditions. I didn't have to call in for work. October the 16th of 2015, I told to my husband, and I said, I don't know what it is, but I'm going to make a faith walk, and I'm not going back to work. The day I drove off, Myles got the audition for New Edition. I swear to God, I have the video, I have the picture of me literally driving off October the 16th, 2015. He got an audition, and they asked me, can I come and bring him on Friday? Now, if I was working my 9 to 5, what would I need to do? What would I have to do? If I couldn't have taken off and taken him to an audition, he may have missed the most precious, most amazing opportunity in his life. So am I saying walk off your job and take a faith walk like me? No, but obedience is better than sacrifice. Sacrifice brings blessings, and you are going to invest in your children. Our children are not just for us. Our children are for the world because they were presented and they were brought into this world for something very special. So you just have to find a way. The same way Cassandra said, you got to spend money to make money, whether it's $100, whether it's $50. If you want the best for your child, you have to make those sacrifices. And I haven't been an FTE, meaning a full-time employee anywhere since 2015 because of the faith walk that I took for my children. And that doesn't mean just because he was cute, but because he had already been working and he had continued to have that desire to be in it. I said, God, I know that you have brought this to me for a reason. And so, I take a sip on sacrifice because I promise you it'll make way for you. I know God and sacrifice and communion.
I touch and agree with you on that. You have to really make a decision. I think the biggest thing for parents is for you to be honest with yourself and your child ability. There are just some children that are just magic. They just have it. And you as a parent know deep in your heart that they have it. I'll give you a story of a parent, very toxic parent. And from the moment when she called me, I knew. She said, I want to hire you for your workshop that you have with actors in your acting class. I said, no. I said, just send me this amount. I'm just going to do it for this small amount because she had like 4 kids or whatever. I talked to the kids. All of her kids were special. They all were special. But I knew in my spirit that because she was poison, they're never going to.
She was going to block their growth.
Because it was not about them, it was about her. You could feel the energy. She knew her children were special. Her children are talented. But the kid that she put energy into is not the one. I said, you're putting your energy into this one when it's that one that's talented. She couldn't see it, right? So eventually I knew it was a matter of time because she came on set, same parent crying. I ended up I checked her. She was trying to tell me what to do. And I told her, you're not going to tell me anything because you're trying to learn. Well, I'm this. I said, well, then do it. If you got it, then handle it. You just do it for yourself because I'm not going to argue with you over your kids because guess what? I'm looking for the parent. I'm looking for the alignment. The parent that's ready, the kid that's ready. You have to know the magic in your kid. You got to be able to listen to the whisper of God because he ain't going to yell at you. He just going to speak to you in the velvet. He's just going to whisper to you. You got to be able to move on that. I've seen so many parents miss out on their kids' opportunities because they moved wrong. Okay? So you have to trust the talent of your kid. You have to make a small investment, but mostly importantly, you have to prioritize them and make the sacrifice because they will remember and they will appreciate. When we laugh and talk about my daughter, because she was in the industry, my son, we was in the industry, they remember those things. They remember going to the auditions and you being there and being supportive of them. You know what I'm saying? But you got to ask yourself, is a $300 investment worth $3,000? And that $3,000 can turn into anything because if your kids start booking 3 and 4 shows, you already know he magic or she look magic. So you got to get ready. But I'm going to tell you this too. And you have to understand time. It took 5 years for my movie to get on Amazon. But I knew that I was going to, I believed in myself. I made a movie with no budget. So I know testimony. I tell everybody I'm a testimony. I ain't have $1. I said, I'm gonna make a movie. I told the cinematographers, I said, if I challenge you, if my movie better than your movie, then you do my movie. They was like, lady, you crazy. I was like, just try it. They was like, they called me up. They was like, your stuff is better than our stuff. So I ended up getting my movie made, a whole movie made for nothing. I didn't pay the actors. I didn't pay anything. Okay. And then I started paying people back once I started making some capital. So you have to trust the voice that you hear, whether you believe in God or ancestors. You got to trust it, because they're not going to browbeat you to push you to your dream. I'm saying, and I'm going to give you a testimony and I'm done. Google Jessica the prankster. Google Jessica. That right there. Look at her story and then tell me what a $2 investment won't do. Because that little girl right there is already making more money than all three of us on this collectively together. Gill Talent client. I know. I'll be looking like, she is that lady, that girl that's got network deal. Let me Google Jessica the prankster, and then you make a decision. It is a simple decision, but for a happy meal, take your kid out. That's how much the investment is, to try to see if your kid might have the potential to do something bigger and greater than you. That's it. That's my time.
All right, thank you. And look, Angel put this comment up. I had to come back to it. And I remember getting in her ass several times about things that she would do. She says, congratulations to you ladies. I was blessed to have some great teaching advice from both Princess AV and Cassandra.
Hey, girl.
And that I've kept with me to this day. Proud of you women. Congratulations for much more success.
Yeah.
And look, and one last thing from my point of view, parents, sometimes your children need to not hear things from you.
Ooh, say it again.
Okay, when my kids would do stuff, I'll be like, China, can you this is your forte. This is your specialty. Sometimes your kids ain't just gonna hear from you.
Right.
And that's so true. And we talked about management of Myles. Yes, I manage him. But again, he has an amazing management team of young Black men who have their ear to the streets, that basically say what I say, but in a different filter. So I can tell him, I can tell them that outfit, because if I tell him, Myles, that outfit, I know you really want to wear that on the red carpet, baby. You look so nice. However, for this, maybe you got on too much jewelry, or maybe you're paying something. I can say that, and he'll be like, "Oh, Mom, you don't know." But if his manager Datrius, who is 28, and his business manager who's 46, but they're Black, they're African American Black men who are just I mean, I think I'm cool, but evidently they cool.
Cool.
Right. So they say it, and he's like, Mom, I think I'm gonna take one of these necklaces off. I could have sworn I just said that. Like, or Mom, I think my jeans are too skinny. You think? I told you. But they need to hear it from a different filter. I learned that about my son, that he's heard from me, his grandmother, his aunts, because he was raised by mostly women. And then my husband came in when he was a little bit older. But all he hear to them is wah, 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 and they get sick of it. So you're right. You just got to be able to have a different filter.
Yeah, a village.
A village. Oh, yes, definitely.
So everybody's begging for y'all to come back.
We're going to come back.
We're going to schedule another powwow for y'all. I got better response. I didn't know.
Oh, yay.
They was going to be receptive, and people was going to be willing to learn. So y'all make me excited, make me feel good when y'all give me feedback that the guests that I have and the different shows that I have are useful to you. And I could be of service. Y'all know we talk celebrity gossip and we talk that good bullshit. And sometimes I have to, read a person every now and then. But I told you my channel is not about beefing with these YouTube content creators. It's about doing positive things and having fun. Cussing people out is not always fun. Okay. It's stressful. Okay. I'm trying to keep the wrinkles out my face. Okay.
That is so funny. I was like, what? They're cussing online?
Oh yeah, it's some serious stuff out here.
Don't do it.
Look, my followers, y'all know the other night Perry said go cook some ravioli and suck his stuff. That was hilarious for me. So
Cassandra, look at us. We like we have to wait till we go backstage. I can't be saying to my I am Danielle Lee from JT Talent said, and I'm like,
right.
They're gonna be like, yeah, and Cassandra said she didn't like. I'm like, y'all stop, because I love me some Robin Givens chat.
Yeah, exactly.
So, tell the people how to find you, China, Cassandra.
Oh, I'm easy. It's everything Cassandra Bell Studios on all my social media. And I gotta do better, y'all. Look, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I be so busy, so I suck at social media. Like I don't be on there like I need to be, but I'm gonna work hard. So, but
you just get an assistant?
I did. So, but listen, I'm an email girl, and if you slide into my DM after I go through all the eggplant pictures, I'm gonna get to your thing, and I'm gonna answer everything, but I'm just not on it on the regular. But it's Cassandra Bell. My IG is Cassandra Bell Studios, social media, Facebook, all of that. But email me. CassandraBellStudios@gmail.com is the best way, child. Just send me an email, and I'm there. And I actually answer them. I don't even let my assistant do it. Because I like to read what people say, and I'm nosy like that. I got OCD like that, so I actually do respond to them, and I talk to people all the time, so I try to help.
I love her.
I do.
Danielle.
I ain't that popular. People think I'm mean. Don't they think I'm mean?
They think you're mean.
Okay.
I'm staying.
Pause.
I'm listening.
Because I'm the human Sour Patch and I have a good RBF. I think Danny was like, why do you look like that one day? It's just the good RBF.
Yeah, was like, what's
Oh, it's my resting bitch face.
So Cassandra has this bed too. But the problem is a lot of times she be busy and she's really like, this her. And people come with this and she be like, you got to come correct. So if we're not having fun, she's not in that mindset. She be like, get the work done.
Right.
This is what we gonna do.
I feel like a little political Nazi soldier when it comes to business. Because I be regulating shifts. I'm real organized. I just got an offer for a national tour to be a line producer, but I'm in this physical therapy. So I got to finish it for some injuries I have. But I'm real militant when it comes to my business. Like, I like to have everything together. I'm really extra organized. That's the Virgo in me. I'm an unapologetic Virgo. So, Virgos, we're perfectionists. So when listen, you can't get me off task because we'll be talking about this and I'll be like, you see how when I pick up the phone, like, stop texting me, y'all. And this blog thing.
You ain't got your notes? Well, why ain't you got a highlighter? Okay, so look, let me tell you something. Okay, if you are an actor, you're going to be in my production. This is what you must do. First of all, I gave you the script 2 weeks ago, so you should have taken your script and went over all of your lines, and you should have taken in what the character really is supposed to be.
I
love it. I absolutely love it.
I be on point though, y'all. I be on point.
Like the white casting directors, you gonna do what they tell you to do. You're not
gonna do what I tell you to do.
They ain't gonna say it nice to you.
So you gonna do what I tell you to do,
baby. And they gonna be looking at you like this. Sorry, next.
She was like, I'm working with you. Now you're gonna respect me. So they think that she's mad, but when you're not on set, and when she's down, okay, she's a really nice person. But when we handling business, she is like focused, like here, don't come to me with that shit. You know,
that's true. Now, that's true. I concur. I support that message.
But she's approachable and she does support all of her artists. She supports her artists. If you build a relationship with her and you come into her care,
forever. I'm going to stuff for kids. I mentor kids. I have 13 kids I'm mentoring right now at one time. And I'm surprised they're not texting me. I guess they like, ooh, we didn't talk to her enough today because I was tired earlier. But yeah, you know, I mean, it is real out here in these streets. You gotta stay on business. A lot of times, you know, as women of color, they don't respect us like they respect the white girls.
Yeah.
A white girl can tell you get in the corner and face the wall like the Exorcist, and you're gonna do that. But then you gotta give me all the black girl sass. And so I would be going. I'm not going with you. I'm not gonna debate with you or argue with you or anything because
like you fired. I was like, oh.
You like, look, you were like, okay, all right, well, you don't have your script, you good. You're done. Take stuff off side and slips, and I snatch this wig off. We can throw the bobos too. We go. Let's go. Because I'm strong.
I love it. I'm here for all.
We gotta go. Yeah. Because I mean, it's business, you know. But we need to do a show because I mean, my thing is, we have to understand that we need each other. So if I got information that can help you, it takes nothing away from me to give you the information. You need it.
Absolutely.
We need you.
Absolutely.
We need you to get in the door.
Absolutely.
That's what we don't understand. Other races understand that. Like, I need you to get through that door. So if I'm holding on to the information, it's not going to grow. I got to plant a seed so that the seed can grow, and it plants seeds and it goes to grow.
Yep.
If Princess has a show, I need her to have a show. That way I can send my artist, go practice on Princess, show how to do an interview so we can get ready for all the interviews that we have to do.
Yes.
We have to learn how to work together. And I think that's one of the biggest issues. Me not helping you hurts me. It hurts me because guess what happens? Danny, what happens if you get through the door? You're going to give you the information.
Exactly.
Come on, bring her through because you never know. Like, it's been a many times you'll walk in the door and you'll be like, oh my God, you. And she was like, oh, you remember me? I was just a little girl. And now you running Tyler Perry Studios.
Yes.
Oh, I remember you. You remember when you said that to me? Yo, but I'm glad I did. Good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So we always got to remember, we support you, Princess.
Yes, we do.
We got your back, girl.
Yes, we do.
So, Danny, how can they find you?
I am Danielle Lee, spelled Leigh, pronounced Lee, like Bruce Lee, on Instagram. I'm straight up Danielle Jackson on Facebook. You can also find me at iamdaniellelee.online. That will allow you to connect to not only JT Talent, but also Semicolon Life, which is my hope initiative for young people living the life of suicide, depression, and anxiety. I do a lot of work with young people as well. It started with mothers in the industry dealing with a lot of anxiety. That's big. You would be surprised. That's probably why that mother was crying on set, because she didn't have nobody to deal with her anxiety and to tell her shut up and get under control.
Yeah.
And we need that. We need that. And so you can find me there. You can also email me, jttalentmgmt@gmail.com. And if all else fails, check out the Princess. She'll give you any of the information.
Yes, I sure will. And it looks like we're going to look at doing some collaborative effort in the future.
We getting on the road. We getting on the road, y'all. We getting ready to we get on the road. Let's get on the road. Let's get on the road.
I love Atlanta.
Come on. And I ain't been to Chicago in a good minute. I ain't been to the Midwest. I take that back. My husband's from Cleveland. So we were just in Cleveland up that way, but that ain't Chicago. That ain't our town. And I'm trying to get some pizza, trying to get some good food. Hello, you know what I'm saying? Kind of, you know, when you go to Chicago, you got to be ready.
I'll put some popcorn in a box and send it on down to it. Look, Danny is in Atlanta.
Yes,
he waiting for me to come down there so we can go on another date. So I'm coming. He getting on.
Come on.
Can't wait to see y'all when I come to Dallas. Yes. Oh, one last thing before y'all people, because I'm finna do y'all know I got to do the announcements. I got to do the daily announcements before we close. Not that has anything to do with my guest, but also Dallas photographers. I haven't put all these photos out, but y'all seen a few of them in the recent advertisement that I put on. So I was fortunate enough to be connected with a photographer in Dallas, and it was by someone I know on Facebook, and she did a wedding with him in Florida. So his name is what's his first name? It's Hazlet Photography. So I have to do that. Shoot, where is it at? No, that's not it. Let me close that. Let me see. No, that's it. Not it. I'm trying to pull the picture. Sorry.
Say hey to Miss Cassandra.
Hello. Hi. Hey, look at all of these cute faces.
So this is my 10-year-old. He played on, what's the show you did, Blake? Chase? Tails, B-E-T. He played on the X Factor episode. That is...
I think 9 or 7.
Yeah, episode 9 on Tails. So this is my up and coming star.
Look at him. That's so handsome. Oh my
God. She got a house full of
gorgeous. You just making all the beautiful babies.
Yeah, so y'all better listen to what she got to say, y'all. She done bred some stars. Her womb is blessed. Like in the Bible.
Let me know what you need, Cassandra. We got you.
I need them boys.
Come on. He'll take care of you. He's polite. He's an athlete. He plays baseball, football, and basketball. He's an amazing student, straight A student, and he is polite and sweet and just a charmer in our home. He keeps us sane. Say good night.
Good night.
Good night, cutie.
So you can see you. Say good night.
I'm gonna give your mama back in a couple minutes. You don't know he like you in there too long in your in your private room. Okay.
Right. Well, listen, I gotta go to another meeting.
He said, when your call over?
In about 2 seconds. Kurt Hazlet, and I'm just going to show this real quick. And he's in the Dallas area. And these are just a couple of highlights of the photo shoot I did with him. I did it with him based on a referral. I was mad I had to do my own makeup. I couldn't find a makeup artist at the last minute.
Okay.
But these are just some, we met outside, and these are just some shots that he did with me. So if you look him up, and he does travel sometimes, and he's in other cities, and that's Snaplit Photography, and you can find him on Facebook and Instagram as well for the Dallas people. So that was something. They said your baby is handsome. So
thank you.
Yes.
So Debonair says sign him up for something. Look, he's industry trained too.
He
and
is.
Y'all have to go see him. That's my bro. He is handsome and everything. Yeah. We have to. Yeah, that's my boo. So I want to thank my guests for coming. I'm just gonna put y'all backstage until
such a ball.
You made wonderful kings for the kingdom of God. Look at that. Yes.
That is a beautiful quote. That is so real. I love
now y'all know I'm a crybaby. Thank you.
That is beautiful. That was bless my spirit. That was
their nicknames are my 3 kings. So King 1, King 2, and King 3. So I always hashtag their stuff K1, K2, K3. Oh my God, that just hit so hard.
Yeah,
I love y'all.
Yeah.
So again, look in the description box for the information. I'm just gonna put y'all backstage while I do the church announcements. Don't go nowhere. I will be with y'all in a minute. Okay.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Thank you for coming. Mwah. Love you. All right, you guys. Thank you for coming. Again, you know how this is. This Princess. I'm 50% righteous, 50% ratchet. Thank y'all for coming tonight. I need you. If you have not and you've been too lazy today, press that subscribe button, okay? I know some of y'all subscribe because I done put it on subscribers only. Continue to subscribe. Press like on this video. And also, if you want to know every time that I'm going live, put notifications on all. I am done for tonight, but guess what? Tomorrow we will be back with the Crown Jewels panel, okay? And that is me and Sanitra, Shady B, and Mace Moreau. And of course, we're going to have the good Kiki with those good old housewives of Potomac. Y'all enjoyed us last week, and I hope that you enjoy us this week and that you've gotten your feet wet with us, that it gets greater later. So come back, tell your people to come back so that we can get a good review of the Housewives of Potomac. Also support my friends, Doma T. Pongo. He's doing big things. He sat up here, moved out of Chicago in the middle of the night and moved to New York and is now working for MTV. So True Life Crime comes on, I think, 9 o'clock Central and 10 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow. So support my Black brother. My cousins, I got to get some pictures of them and put it on and put their commercial on. Their show comes on Thursday on True TV. It's called Backyard Bar Wars. If you have Hulu or anything like that, you could go watch the first 2 episodes, which have already aired. Excuse me. And give them feedback. Go follow the Downing brothers on social media. We need to support our Black brothers and sisters and continue to build their careers, because I want them to have a second season, okay? And I want you to enjoy them. These people are enjoyable in all of their factions of what they do, okay? So again, I thank you for my guests. Y'all know how to follow me. We're going to do the throne room soon. If you have an anonymous question or you need some advice, we're going to take you to the throne room. So send your request over there at info@houseoftheprincess.com. If you have something that you want to say to me, y'all sure do start emailing me. Now y'all done got happy, okay? Email me at info@houseoftheprincess.com. If you can't do a super chat and you want to support my ministry and support me, there is the Cash App at the bottom, House of the Princess. It's all the same. Again, follow me on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, PrincessAV613. So now that we've done all of the business, I have to turn out the lights. I thank y'all for coming into my house. I think I did all my announcement. I just want to say thank y'all. Love y'all. Thank y'all to my mods, the Knights in Shining Armor. Y'all did a great job. Y'all was blocking stuff I couldn't even see. I just saw the remarks after you did it. So you did an excellent job. And I love you guys. I love all you guests. This has been the House of the Princess. Have to turn out the lights. Y'all have a great evening. Royalty Beauty Brands is a female, Black-owned beauty company with all of your cosmetic needs in mind. Right now, we offer hair extensions, eyelash extensions, and our flagship product, Yumbella Lip Glam. Coming soon to add to our product line will be promo merchandise, lip oil, lip scrub, beard oil, body butter, body soap, and makeup, to name a few. Every product is vegan friendly and carefully made with the consumer in mind. Check out our Royalty Beauty Brand social media and go to our website to sign up for our exclusive mailing list for discount codes and to place an order. Don't forget to leave us some feedback. Royalty Beauty Brands. We see the beauty in you.